Alright guys, hope you're all doing well. And a lot of people are probably wondering why I am not playing my intro. Last time I actually played my Doom intro that had the Doom soundtrack with all the cool battles from Total War Warhammer 2. YouTube shut down my stream and said I was violating some guidelines. So I'm a little bit scared to do that again, but I probably will do a test stream later in the week to see if it's okay. So yes, today guys is going to be an absolute circus of a stream. It is going to be a King of the Hill, but only using the worst maps in Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer. So basically, we're going to be using maps that are just god-awful. These are maps that are super imbalanced, give massive advantages to one player, and are just absolute memes. So that is going to be the nature of the beast today. Welcome to the stream, guys. I know we've been doing a lot of the what's it called? Mountain Blade 2. It's really fun. It's really addictive, but Warhammer is my heart and soul here. So we got to come back and do some Warhammer streams. It is time. What's up, Samurai Warrior? Where can we sub for the list? Just shoot me a message. Shoot me a message, brother. I can get you in there. I'll throw you in right now, actually. All right. Very good. One sec, guys. Just got to change a couple settings real quick. We got Bird Strikes. Being a nurse in these times don't relax me much, but these live streams from Turin make me entertained and relaxed. I got you. And be safe, be careful, and thank you for all that you're doing. I know it's a brutal time out there. Yeah, it's going to be good. Who needs to study? Let's just play some terrible maps. Cue the carnival music. It is indeed happening. And Samurai Warrior, I have put you on the list here. So, yeah, you'll be added. Just stand by, brother. All right, so now we're going to be jumping in. So it's completely random, Mr. Pig. Nobody knows. The first match of the day is going to be King of the Dead versus Grombrindle, a.k.a. the Undertaker. It's going to be Tomb Kings versus Vampire Coast. And we are on the Fall of Man, which I think is one of the worst maps. And you guys will see why when we load in just a second. So let's fire this beast up. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen graphic. You guys are seeing everything here. And everything looks good on my end. All right, let's fire this beast up, guys, and let's have some fun. Let the games begin. King of the Dead versus Grombrindle. Tomb Kings versus Vampire Coast. And we are on the Fall of Man. So I'm really excited to see how they do on this map. This map is a quest map for the Beastmen. And basically, it gives a huge advantage to, I think, the Beastmen. I don't know who's on what side. But the Beastmen start up on the high ground. But again, I don't know. It's going to be really weird. These are maps that I don't think I've seen since Warhammer 1. So I have a list of terrible maps we're going to be using today. Galleon's Graveyard. Most of them are quest battle maps that put you in a really weird situation. So again, we'll see how it goes. I have no idea what's going to happen, honestly. It's going to be a circus. Honestly, this could be much worse. This could be much worse, honestly. This is if they both start up in these little hills here. But if one of them starts down in the valley here for the... is it just getting ambushed? Sorry about that, guys. I had to adjust my door real quick. But yeah, I'm not sure. Somebody could start in the valley getting ambushed here. I don't really remember how this one goes. So we'll see. Well, this is definitely considered to be a really bad map for multiplayer. But I mean, if one army starts here and one starts right here, it could be worse as far as bad maps go. So yeah, I guess it'll be interesting. You guys obviously see the same 15 or 20 maps pretty consistently in multiplayer because, they're good, they're fair. But in this case, you guys are going to see a lot of maps and maybe we'll discover a diamond in the rough. Who knows? Who knows, my friends? Could be the case. Most likely not, but maybe so. Honestly, I remember this map being much worse. Much worse. Maybe they changed it? Because this, honestly, isn't a terrible multiplayer map here. I mean, it's not great. It has a couple weird, terrain pieces and everything like that. But for the most part, it seems like it's really not that bad. I could have sworn on Fall of Man, one faction started up on a hill and then collapsed downward. But, yeah, I guess this will have to do. It'll be fine. So let's go ahead and take a look here. King of the Dead says, damn this map. Well... it could be much worse. It could be much worse. Let's just say it that way. There's a couple quest battle maps that I will be picking today that are just horrible. Horrible. The Galleon's Graveyard is probably one of the worst ones, hands down. So it is going to be Gromby on the Vampire Coast coming in with Luther Harkin. He does also have a couple Carronades and Mortars, so really looking to play a defensive build. Obviously, some maps, if somebody's starting on the high ground, starting on a choke point or something. And it's actually pretty good for Vampire Coast. If you see here, there's a terrain piece here. There's one here, so they could put their cannons up against this wall here. Although he can't be white line camping. So if he deploys too far back, I'll tell him. But we're going to be a little bit more relaxed with the rules today because obviously there's some maps where the deployment zones are so stupid or bad that you just are kind of forced to do that. So We'll be a little bit more relaxed on the white line thing, but I mean, there's still room behind him, I think, to, yeah, there's, okay, never mind. He's not white line camping. That's actually the Vanguard deployment zone. For a second, I thought that was the edge of the map, but there's plenty of room for King. Oh my god, you could do a massive Vanguard up here. Look at this. You could get like your whole army back here. If you had a Vanguard force, oh my god, that would be so cool. That would be so awesome. So yeah, for King's army, it's going to be, not King's, for Undertaker, it's going to be deckhand mobs, bombers, we have a couple artillery pieces, a cannon, and 2 mortars to kill archers, Vampire Fleet Captain, and it is going to be Luther Harkin, and that is pretty much it. Honestly, just an artillery build with a ton of chaff, a couple handguns to pound down the constructs, and that appears to be all she wrote for the Vampire Coast. Now for the forces of the Tomb Kings here, we do have Skeleton Horsemen Archers, 1 here and 1 here. We do also have some, no, not Archers, no, regular Skeleton Horsemen. On the back, a couple groups of Carrion. Down on the low ground, it is going to be Nehakar Warriors, a couple of Ushapti Great Bows, which honestly should be good. He's got 3 of them, so if he focuses all 3 on the cannon, he should be able to outtrade in terms of the artillery trade. Plus, King does also have a Casket of Souls, so it really looks like he's going all in on the missile trading, which he should win, which then will force the Vampire Coast forward and potentially into a bit of a choke here on this ridge. Tomb Prince, King Nikesh's Scorpion Legion to help deal with Luther Harkin, and a bunch of Carrion and basically just harassing horsemen all over the map. So just going to minimize here. We'll lock up the screen for a second. Oscar, thank you for the donation. Just wanted to show some support. Love the streams and keep up the good work. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. And we're doing it. We're doing it to it. Yeah, you know, Fallen Man is not as bad as I thought it would be. I could have sworn in Warhammer 1 it was way worse. Like, I thought one army, like, started down here and the other one was, like, up on this hill here or something. I could have sworn. It must have changed it, though. Anyways, we will find out. The Vampire Coast is ready in this position. We'll see how this glorious battle goes. What is this? What is this wild pick here? Zombie pirate gunnery mobs with hand cannons? You never see those things. Quite curious to see how they do, though. We'll actually keep a close eye on them as the battle does progress. And now the battle is underway. Grombrindle, of course, being a dwarf player, plays Vampire. And that's kind of a thing. A lot of dwarf players, whether it be Dwarfs, Skaven, Vampire Coast, they all have kind of similar playstyles. Not like the exact same, but oftentimes their formations are very similar. So you can see Gromby, of course, playing this like the Dwarfs. Casket of Souls shooting into the handguns, doing massive damage. And here King is going to be charging in with his Skeleton Horsemen. Of course, King of the Dead loves to harass with these type of units. And one of the mortar crews is going to get wrecked. Granted, Skeleton Horsemen have pretty poor offensive output, 22 melee attack, so Vampire Coast might actually be able to save that mortar, but we'll see. So the Ushapti Great Bows, of course, are going for the Carronade. That's pretty much the one answer against them. Aside from that, the Vampire Coast is going to have to move forward. It's going to be very ugly. And here, oh man, look at this. King of the Dead getting the Horsemen, just weaving the needle here and jumping on top of this mortar crew. And Gromby's reacting relatively quick, but not quick enough. And King is getting some pretty huge value. One mortar may be going down here. Yeah, it looks like it's crumbling, and that's the thing. Obviously, they're pretty squishy crews and poor leadership, so if you are able to Shrek them like that, they can go down very quickly. Casket of Souls, in the meantime, still shooting in to the handguns, and yeah, honestly, if King can kill the handguns and the cannons, like, he's going to have this army at his mercy with the mobility and just being able to kite them and pretty much have his way. So yeah, this mortar's offline. This other mortar might stabilize. It's crumbling. Let's take a look. -31. I think Gromby might be able to stabilize it if he uses an Invocation. Oh man, and his cannon crew is just completely wrecked by the triple Ushapti Great Bow. And that just goes to show that if you do want to use a cannon build against the Tomb Kings, you definitely need to have at least 2, in my opinion, to shut down the triple Great Bows here. Luther Harkin's going to be going forward, but so far King of the Dead on the Followed Man, our first terrible map of the day, has been able to secure his advantage here as his horsemen play in the back. Even though he has potentially lost a couple horsemen, he's still been able to really shut down the cannons, the caskets shooting happily, and the Ushapti Great Bows are running from Luther at the moment. But Luther, I mean, he's going to be able to put some pressure back here, but we have Skeleton Spearmen, we have a Tomb Prince waiting in the shadows as well. And the Tomb Prince, anti-large, armor-piercing, should be able to fend off Luther Harkin with the support of some spears. So the casket still shooting in, King of the Dead off to a very quick start, and of course, if you guys didn't see our last stream, King of the Dead was our victor. He was able to win 8 games in a row. Very, very impressive stuff. So we're going to see how this bad boy does here. So the Carrion here are battling the Black Spot. The Black Spot, of course, anti-large. Carrion, I believe, are infantry size, though, so not going to be too helpful. And Gromby finally able to stabilize his back line, but certainly looking a little bit naked and alone over here as he loses both both mortars, as well as a Carronade. Luther Harkin now going for the gooning attempt, which is definitely smart. One of his best ways to get back in the game here. So just sitting above Kotep, shooting him, using breath attacks. And honestly, he'll probably go in for the kill here, but all 3 Ushapti Great Bow from King of the Dead have switched and are now shooting Luther Harkin. So maybe he's going to run back and try and get some heals from his Vampire Caster. A little bit hard to say. King's certainly been running some very good interference, but it's not over yet. Luther, of course, is a really hard carry. If you were able to kill Grand Hierophant Kotzeff, for example, and then, fall back and heal and start causing trouble amongst the Great Bows, he can be, a huge game changer for sure. But you can see here, he's really getting pounded by the Great Bow fire. 1.9k HP, 1.8 going down very quickly. Invocation is most certainly going to be used here. Oh no, did he misclick? Oh no, Grom Brindle with the misclick. He misclicked and casted Invocation of Nehek on just his caster and did not heal Luther Harkin. Oh, that is really painful. So now Luther's going to have to juke for a long time to get his value back. He's going to have to just go hide back here, to be honest. And yeah, the Vampire Coast has a big disgusting blob. Black spot here. You have some handguns on the other side, and here Gromby is advancing with his halberds, but they're going to get cut to pieces by the Nehekar warriors. They have, not the best troops in the game, but as far as fighting deckhand mobs goes, they're able to cut through them rather quickly. Pretty similar stat line to Dryads, a little bit squishier, obviously lower melee defense and no physical resist, but they try their hardest. Luther Harkin down to 208, and down goes the count. I don't imagine he's going to survive this next volley here. Maybe. Nice juking by Gromby, but it's still very close, and he is also crumbling too. So he's at -3, 171 going down. He does, of course, heal himself, which is nice, but are the Great Bows going to get him? Looks like they are switching targets. I think Gromby knows that, for the most part, Luther's just going to go down on his own here due to the crumbling, and if not, if he comes back in, he's just a choice target. Casket of Souls raining huge splash damage here into the Zombie Pirate deckhand mobs. These guys are just getting shreked, and the Nehekar warriors of the days of old fighting against the mighty tide of skill. And you can see here 54 kills on these bad boys, 58 on these. Over here, these ones have 68 as well, so really good kills considering they just started fighting, basically. All three Ushapti Great Bows just finishing off anything of value, so whatever Gromby can scoot forward is basically just being shreked here. And it looks like Luther is able to stabilize critical binding, and finally that invocation gets off. So that does kind of pull the bounce power back. I still don't think there's any chance for the Vampire Coast here. I think their front line's just going to kind of wither. Do they have any bombers, though, is the question. They have the handguns here, and it looks like more bombers on this side. So, I don't know, maybe they'll be able to break through. If the Great Bows maybe run out of ammo, maybe if Luther comes in and is able to kill Kotzeff, and then, the Great Bows are out of ammo, maybe there's, a stretch of hope. But I really don't think so. I feel like, even if Luther kills, let's say, in a very ideal world, he kills all the Great Bows, he kills the Casket, it's still going to be really rough because there's so many Vampire Coast units left on the ground. You have all these Zombie Pirate deckhand mobs, halberds, or excuse me, you have all the spears. My brain's all over the place. You have the Nehekar warriors, which will probably still be here, and the spears should be able to finish him off. So he does stop here, 1200 HP. He's healed up pretty well after that, and Gromby needs to juke pretty hard. That's pretty much his only hope for getting back in this game. Players are saying good luck, have fun, which is cool. Some of the guns are shooting, though. Handguns back here have a little bit of ammo. Black Spot still functional, so at least they're getting some decent firepower. And the Great Bows are running low on ammo, but there are no slouches in combat. I don't know, could Vampire Coast pull this one back? Or not Vampire Coast, Vampire Coast. Could they pull this back? Who knows? Forgive me, I just woke up like 30 minutes ago. Just getting the brain rolling, guys. Here on the ground, Vampire Fleet Captain, another invocation. Oh my god, this would be such an insane comeback by Gromby, and he's really scrapping and fighting here. Now, I'm pretty sure King of the Dead is holding an Ushapti summon in the back pocket. I think he wants to do this just to make sure that, if it does resort to, let's say Luther Harkin versus a bunch of spears, and Luther isn't able to cycle charge because he is the last single entity left on the battlefield, the Ushapti summon could win the game. So I think he's kind of waiting for that. The Casket going back here, finishing off the handguns, and it looks like some of the Nehekar warriors have gotten past the front line and are now pushing back onto the handguns here, which is a great play. Those handguns still have a lot of ammo, a lot of fire capacity, 80 of 120 models, so relatively decent in terms of what they have left to provide, and are a very, very choice target to get rid of there. No crashing! No! No! Let me minimize to make sure it's not me. Oh, it's not me. Don't do it! Somebody may have dropped. Currently, King is ahead. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it does stabilize here in a second. Of course, players around the world are having internet issues. But it's not me this time, for once. See what they're saying in chat. I'm just saying good luck, have fun, all that same stuff. As far as the battle goes, yeah, Vampire Coast front line, more or less getting karate chopped here. I don't know, I don't see them being able to pull through here, especially with the Great Bows and the Tomb Prince killing this guy. Yeah, there's still a full health Tomb Prince too. I'm pretty sure King has this one. So we'll probably just move on from this point, depending on the circumstances, because obviously just replaying the games over and over can really stretch it out pretty long. Oh, it looks like there's some crumbling. It's trying. You can see the crumbling animations are still going. Come on. Oh, push it. Whoever's internet is struggling here, push it. I believe in you. Let's see. I'm not going to minimize right now, because it could cause some issues. But damn it, of course this happens. It's one tricky thing about Warhammer is the lag in multiplayer. Oh! Someone's internet is fighting. It wants to live. And it looks like we're back in business. All right, we're back in business, I guess. So both players have stabilized. That was clearly not like a consistent internet lag. Someone's internet just almost choked the chicken. But here you can see it's going to continue. So now Vampire Coast flying in the sky. Casket of Souls raining unholy fire there, just wrecking those halberds. Those other troops. Luther Harkin flying in for the kill. But he knows it's over. Army losses his hit. And King of the Dead is our first victor, slaying Luther Harkin and his vampire host. And that is going to be it. So King is our first king, after running on a nasty streak last time. Next map is going to be the Galleon's Graveyard, one of the truly worst maps for multiplayer. And prepare yourselves for the memes. They shall come, I'm sure. These maps create some very interesting tactical decisions to be made. So let us go ahead and minimize here. The internet fought hard. It fought hard. It fought strong. And now let's go ahead and update. So it's going to be King. Alex Krebs, thank you for the $1 donation, man. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Switching it up. I know we were doing a lot of Mountain Blade, but we gotta keep it honest. We gotta keep that Warhammer coming, because that is my jam. All right, perfect. Everything looks good. And here we go. The power of the undead resurrects the internet. I know, double undead. So next we're gonna go up to our list, and we have Felcon. So Felcon's coming in hot. Let me go ahead and update this. And after the Felcon, it's Guacamole. So we're going to be on the Galleon's Graveyard. Let me find this bad boy. Oh my god, I can't wait to see this. Galleon's Graveyard. This one is pretty bad. I know this one's really bad. Yeah, this is... Alright. Map set. King, pick 3. So we're going to do the classic triple ban here that we've been doing. We got Felcon versus King of the Dead. The Extreme Meme team, very well equipped in this environment. Trained in the forges of meme maps and meme battles. So we'll see how he does here. Alrighty. Let me check something real quick. And we have a donation coming in from Sir Doll as well that I did miss during the battle for 100 SEK. Thank you so much. I really miss the unlimited power emote when anyone sends a tip. Why isn't it here? It should be appearing. Oh. No, it should be appearing. I don't know why it's not. So the unlimited power one is the one that goes through, I believe, when somebody becomes a sponsor on the channel. I could check real quick. Hold on. Let me see the widgets. So while the players do their picks and all that stuff, we'll check. Okay, that's fine. Alert box. I'm just checking which one is unlimited power. All right, so... Okay, regular donations, subscribers, or Gimli. Yeah, unlimited power is when people become members on the channel, to answer your question. Thank you so much for the generosity. The Battle of Eternal Tides, yes. Oh my god, if Bannerlord gets a Warhammer mod, oh god. So King is going to pick Norsca, Tomb Kings, and Chaos, and then Felcon's going to pick Lizardmen and ban Tomb Kings. So it's going to be Lizardmen versus either Norsca or Chaos, both of which they can handle. And yeah, we're on the Galleon's Graveyard, so how this one works is one player starts at the top of the ridge, and the other player has to like trundle up and around. This is probably one of the most unfair maps. But that's the nature of the stream today, guys. It's the nature of the beast. We will see how this goes. King of the Dead, the current king, facing off against Felcon. So it's going to be Norsca. So neither faction has ranged, really. I mean, Lizardmen do, but I mean, it's not like really oppressive ranged. I think like Queen, you know what would be really nasty on this map would be Queen Bess, because you could put her up on the hill and she could just mortar up and over, and it'd be really hard for your opponent to stop it. Yeah. Yeah, the Battle of the Eternal Tides is good. That's the quest map at the very end. I think we'll do that. Yes. Sir Doll, did I miss your post? I didn't miss it. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, Sir Doll, I saw your donation. I was answering your question, actually. So you donated 8 minutes ago, 100 SEK, and you said you really missed the unlimited power. Yeah, I did see that. Absolutely, brother. Thank you so much. And the unlimited power is, again, when people become members on the channel. Mark Runyon, thank you for the fiber as well. Maybe try some Siege, Minor Settlement, Choke Point Bats. Yeah, you know, that's actually not a bad idea. Choke Point Battle would be really stupid, though, because it would just be like a pure artillery grind, but maybe I will. Mark, thank you as well for the donation. I played in King of the Hills before. Yeah. Oh my god, Aristodemos. That sounds like fun. So, Aristo, if you could shoot me a message on Discord of the absolute worst of the worst maps, that would be really helpful. Like, I'm talking ones that are just so terrible. Because I have a list here of bad ones, but there's quite a few. If you've had more experience, which it sounds like you have, shoot me a direct message with, like, just the worst of the worst. The first one, Fall of Man, really wasn't that bad, actually. That was, like, kind of a decent map. But I really want to just really focus on the terrible ones today. So, that's kind of the game plan. And yeah, we're going to be doing Total War streams today, of course. And then tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. I do want to stream every day, or at least try to. Falcon Gustavo, I'm sure he'll go on a 6 streak for sure. He's really, really good. We're here for the stupid battles. You are going to get them. Yeah, Aristo, shoot me those in Discord if you could. Thank you so much. Alrighty. Looks like everyone's doing their thing. So guys, just responding to a couple messages. A lot of the usual suspects are playing Bannerlord. Alright guys, Falcon versus King of the Dead in the ultimate meme battle at the Galleon's Graveyard. Who will be the victor of this terrible map? We will find out here in a second. It's very odd armies to be fighting at the Galleon's Graveyard. It's going to be Norsca and, you know, and the Lizardmen. I mean, Lizardmen certainly have some bones to pick with Vampire Coast, so they could perhaps be here. A Norscan raiding party could be here. You know, and Norsca does kind of, you know, have a bit of a seafaring aspect to them. So I suppose it's not, you know, off the the beaten path. So guys, here's how this map works. One player starts down here in like the water. So not only are their troops suffering a penalty in the water, but they're also stuck down here basically to take mortar fire, missile fire, whatever. And the other faction starts up on the hill here. Yeah, so this is a really, really bad map for multiplayer. Like really terrible. Like if you did this in an actual tournament, it would be so cruel. Although, you know, the faction on the low ground can work up and around. Yeah, you can see he starts down here and the other faction gets the high ground. Falcon should be okay with this though. Oh my god, guys, Falcon coming in with the Power Fist Croxagores. He's got Sacred Croxagores, Temple Guard. So yeah, it's a bonus Time Warp build, I bet. Yeah, it's got a Salon Mage of Light. So yeah, this is one of Falcon's classic builds. Use Temple Guard, use Croxagores, cast bonus Time Warp, and just crump people. So it's basically you get a huge melee attack buff to a big line of troops if you have a tight formation, and you can do some serious work. So yeah, he's got 4 Temple Guard here. Looks like a couple Skinks in support, Cohort of Sotek, Anti-Large Feral Carno, 2 Pterodons to just harass enemy mobile units, and he does also have a Salon of Light and a bunch of Power Fist Croxagores. So pretty cool Warhammer 40k Croxies. Now for the forces of King of the Dead, he's got Norscan Warhounds, and for the rest of his army here in the tree line, he's got Marauders into the Sunset. It looks like a couple of groups of Norscan Trolls, a big old Manticore Deathcaster as well. And it's going to be Throg the Troll King with a Skinwolf Werekin, so pretty good anti-large kit there. But really, it's a troll build. He's got a lot of trolls, which are going to be quite terrible against the build that Falcon brought. I think against Temple Guard battle lines and Skink Cohort Javelins and Pterodons, they're going to have a hard time. So the War Mammoth is really going to have to carry. But the double Manticore honestly could, you know, do some work with Throg. He has a really, really good Goon Squad potential, that's for sure. So the battle is about to be underway. Good luck, have fun. Falcon, of course, charting in the river, but if King doesn't secure the high ground here, Falcon's going to be able to just run right up there and then basically get a squared up fight against him. So I think King definitely wants to secure the high ground if he can. The best thing you can do on this map if you really want to just troll your opponent is you have your troops on the edge of the water here, and then you make your opponent's infantry fight in the water. So they take a penalty and you don't really take the penalty, which is really, really nasty for sure. But it doesn't look like King's going to be utilizing his advantage here. Instead, he's going to be kind of sitting back and playing very carefully. Perhaps he's expecting Falcon to come with like a mass kite build. Because again, if Falcon did have like salamanders or other mobile things, he could force King off the hill and really kind of push him down here. But see how this goes. The King of the Dead says the water, no. The Berserkers. The skin Berserkers, he's saying. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Now, ice trolls are not aquatic. They're not, I guess, there's river trolls in Warhammer, right? They're not river trolls. But it looks like King is going to be going for his high ground advantage. He now realizes he has this. So he is going to be running over here, getting ready to party. And the Manticore as well, descending from the skies, preparing to intercept the advancing lizard people. So here they come. Lizards getting ready to pressure in. The Pterodon Riders will be very useful. They can certainly kite Manticores, 85 speed against 90, so they're faster, they have poison shafts, they can kite the Feral Manticores very effectively, and probably rampage them pretty quick, honestly. So yeah, for Falcon, I would just fly in, start poking down the Manticore. I don't think there's any Javelins, any Horsemen. It's very much just move forward and kind of grind it out kind of army, so... yeah, Falcon's going to have free range. He can drop rocks on things if he wants to. There's not too much in the way of infantry quality. But yeah, sniping the Werekins, sniping the Manticores. There's all kinds of good targets here. And this is not a Warshrine Mammoth, it's just a regular Mammoth, so it's not going to be giving the huge leadership buffs. But Falcon knows he needs to get out of the water here. Granted, his Skinks do have aquatics, so they won't suffer a penalty, but the Temple Guard will. So he's definitely going to want to get the Temple Guard up this hill here. It's a very, very nasty choke for sure. But yeah, he probably wants to just rush up here, like get this high ground position. If he fights in the Gulch here, it's really going to give the Norskins a good downhill angle on him. Over here you can see the Pterodon Riders are shooting into the Feral Manticore. Getting some poke on that bad boy, and the Feral Manticore is chasing, of course, but Falcon pulls back wisely, knowing that he doesn't want those guys to get rampaged. Granted, if he puts one Manticore on each of the Pterodons, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea, although I guess, yeah, they would just get kited into oblivion here. Falcon's going to be scooting up some of his Skink cohorts with Javelins to just do a little bit of poke against the Norscan army. I think Falcon's a little bit hesitant to move because he's maybe worried that if he moves up here, King's army will just collapse on him while he's in transition. He'll lose his kind of formation. Things could get a little bit scary, but it looks like King is going to be going forward, moving down the hill. And, you know, Falcon's kind of mind-gaming this a little bit. He now knows that, like, King has to attack because he doesn't have any other attackers, really. You can see his Mammoth is attacking, of course. But King kind of has to attack here, so Falcon can just sit here and kind of chill out. It's going to force King into the water, which... mind games, man. Throg could come forward and do some throw-up as well. Manticores are going to be jumping in. Pretty risky, actually, because the Manticores, if they take too many shafts to the face, could rampage. And that would actually be pretty bad. But King just trying to bait it out, but ooh, he takes a lot. Those cohorts are quite accurate. One Feral Manticore down to about 85%, give or take, maybe a little bit less, hard to say. So just some skirmishing going on. King of the Back does, of course, have his Hounds, and the Hounds are just waiting. And now King of the Dead knows he has to attack, so he is going to be moving down the hill, trying to plunge on the cohort of Sotek, get some free value where he can. But Falcon knows that he doesn't have to attack here necessarily. He can just sit because his Pterodons are skirmishing and poking and causing some problems. So very good picks there. Now, had King had some more... oh man, Wulfric would be so good here. Wulfric's Seafang would just tear through Falcon's Temple Guard line. Granted, he'd probably be able to dodge it, but that would still be so good as this game does progress. Also, Pendulum. I think he brought a Deathcaster, so King maybe just wants to kind of take it slow and use Fate of Buna. Yeah, Buna would be really good against Temple Guard, so it looks like his Deathcaster is going up now and is going to be dropping a Fate of Buna. It looks like that's what's about to happen. Here comes the Shaman Sorcerer. The Skink cohorts are about out of ammunition. It looks like they have a couple volleys left. The Manticores are charging in, trying to chase down the Pterodons, and a Fate of Buna is going to be going down on the Temple Guard here. I wonder if Falcon will respond with the Shield of the Old Ones to mitigate some of the damage coming in. He does. So that'll take 22% off that Buna, which is certainly not bad, but it still hits very hard. Buna is very, very good against these type of units. So honestly, King is not in a bad situation, just kind of waiting here, but it's not a life salon, can't heal those guys. And man, that Shield of the Old Ones really helping out quite a bit. So the Norskins moving down the hill. The Trolls, gonna have some problems here, honestly. Like, there's nothing they're really great against here. The Marauder Infantry will crumble really quick to the Verona Time-Warped Temple Guard. Thankfully for King, though, he does have a Mammoth. Mammoth, of course, very good against Temple Guard lines if it can kind of cycle charge. And a Spear Leech going down as well. Very aggressive magic usage. Normally you see people be more conservative with magic, just to make sure they can maximize their usage of it, because basically every time you cast something, it comes back slower. So you cast one spell, you let it recharge to full, you cast one spell. But in this case, I think King is kind of in a desperation mode here. So the Trolls are going to be charging in. The Temple Guard here are braced, though, and the Trolls get a little bit deep into those guys. And the Boxagors are going to be pushing in as well. And the tides have turned! The Lizardmen now making the Norskins fight here. So just what we were talking about. And basically, King's Infantry Corps, for the most part, is going to be suffering a water penalty, which is going to be very nasty. The Aro Pretzel going down. The Manticore here have caught the Pterodons, and the other Manticore is chasing down those Pterodon Riders. Nice little banishment going down from the Slann, able to tear apart some of the Marauders on the weak side of the formation. And yeah, pretty much this whole formation is going to get crumped and broken. You can see the Trolls already getting wrecked horribly. Granted, the Mammoth is doing okay work. The Temple Guard in the middle are relatively low. Oro Pretzel, though, making them quite a bit tankier. Yeah, the Troll thing is just not working out here. The Trolls are just breaking like it's nobody's business. And honestly, Falcon could probably grab some Pterodons and maybe chase them off the battlefield. It's hard to say. This Manticore is now rampaging, so it could perhaps go down into the Temple Guard and meet its doom. The Mammoth is still in okay shape, and as far as Throg Daddy goes, what is Throg fighting? Throg is fighting some of the Sacred Crocscores, but he's fully surrounded by Temple Guard, which is a really bad situation, and you can see Falcon off to a pretty early lead here, I think. Not even early, it's 5 minutes into the game. But basically, the Temple Guard are holding very firm. I don't think King's army is going to be able to break him. A lot of his troops, the Marauders, like I said, are fighting in the water. But granted, so are some of the Temple Guard, it looks like. As the infantry models do extend into the water in combat here, they, of course, will take that penalty as well. So the Mammoth is able to actually get the Feral Carnosaur to rampage, which is quite nice. We have a Werekin, we have Throg. Those guys are going to have to pull back. And remember, the Trolls do regenerate. So basically, if King is able to get the Trolls back and not lose any models, he can come back and still pack some punch in his army here. But the Norscan support units have broken off. It looks like there are a couple Marauders left. It looks like you have 70 here. In the back, we have the Slann Mage of Light fighting with some Boxagors, trying to work things down. But the Mammoth is in a little bit of trouble. It is shaken. It is a War Mammoth, too. It's no mere Feral Mammoth. So this thing is trained and disciplined by the mighty Norskins. And yeah, those Temple Guard, though, are just such a counter against the Trolls. The Trolls really just not able to do much of anything. You can see some of these Temple Guard are overextending. Brain just was collapsing there for a second. But yeah, he could get the Marauders, maybe get the Trolls, just try and swarm in these overextended Temple Guard. His Deathcaster is fully surrounded, Throg's surrounded, the Manticores are pretty much rampaging to their doom. I think this is going to be a pretty quick game from here on out. I think a lot of the Norscan stuff is going to start to really buckle and break. But again, I guess the Troll toll could be paid. The Troll's coming back in, but there's just no support. And they're basically charging into a hard counter, and that's what's so good about Felcon's army. Oftentimes for Norsca, you really need Pendulum, really need Seafang to kind of break down these type of units. Throg Daddy isn't bad against lizards. He certainly can beat things down. And you can see Throg and the Werekin are gooning the Slann relatively effectively. The Slann is actually very low, and this Feral Carno is really getting beaten up. So Throg and the Werekin proving to be pretty powerful here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That Toad is going to be able to roll away on his mobility scooter, and yeah, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to really hunt him down. The Feral Carno, though, almost down for the count, broken. -9. Might actually break here, considering it is overextending. The Trolls coming back in, and are certainly taking these Temple Guard to the club, 50-cent style. But, oh, Rock Drops coming in from Felcon on top of the head of the Trolls. Some of them are breaking. A little bit of damage on the Temple Guard, but looks like the Feral Carnosaur might actually break here and get taken out. The Feral Carno gets taken out by the Condom Wolf. The Skin Wolf Werekin able to karate chop that big boy. However, I think King's still in really, really rough shape. There's so many Temple Guard left. The Slann's still in decent shape. There's Boxagors as well, so we do have the Power Fist Croxagors, who've gotten a pretty good surround here, and they have enough mass to kind of hold back Throg and really just kind of trap them in halberds, which is going to be a losing situation. So it looks like Felcon is going to be claiming the King of the Hill position. Perhaps a run is in order on the Galleon's Graveyard. GG. I don't see King coming back from this one, and really King played actually quite well. The biggest thing for him that I think lost him the game was the fact that he brought the Trolls. The Trolls were basically useless here. The Frostbite was useless. You're paying for a useless mechanic there, and they basically just broke the Temple Guard. Had he had more like traditional stuff, I think he could have been in much better shape. But yeah, the Trolls lost him that game, I think. So well played! Felcon is the current King of the Hill, claiming victory on the Galleon's Graveyard. And now, guys, let us go ahead and update the scoreboard and move on to the next map of the day and get this party started. All right, all right, all right. King of the Dead, it's going to be Felcon now. Very good. Very good, very good. So next up we have Guacamole. Guac is going to be our next challenger. GG, well played. We are still using rules. Oh, King had too many single entities. Who cares? I mean, it's fine. But yeah, we are following the rules, so ideally we keep that going. So Guac is up next. And Guacamole, if you are ready, let's get you in here. Very good. All right, so for the next map, let's go ahead and take a look at our terrible map selection. Aristodamos, being a gentleman here and sending me the worst of the worst, are Grimhagen, Slan Gold, and Moonbow. Black Ark Landing. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do the Black Ark Landing. That sounds pretty bad. All right, so Black Ark Landing. Is it the Black Ark Landing, or is it just Black Ark Landing? We'll go to the top and check. We're on the Black Ark Landing. It begins. So Guacamole, come and do battle here. And it's time. Thomas Green, that's pretty good. I saw the memes you just posted in the section. Oh my god. That's so good. Oh my god. Thomas, we might have to share that. Oh man. Welcome guys, thank you so much for joining. We have a donation coming in from Ozkirk. Terrible Maps, King of the Hill. A humorously sadistic variant of an always great event. Thank you so much, Ozkirk, for the donation. And yeah, we're doing it. So Guacamole's on his way. We're going to do the Black Ark Landing. Although, this one is like a choke map. Oh, God. This is going to be so bad. One player's attacking the choke. The other player has to push in. Oh, man, this is going to be terrible. We'll see if anyone can overcome it. Falcon can. I'm pretty sure Falcon is the attacker. So he has to attack into the Black Ark Landing. So whoever's playing on the inside certainly can get... Yeah, Falcon's going to want to ban any artillery factions if he can. The Skaven final map. Yeah, that's it. Oh, guys, this is going to be so bad. Kasarjik, we're only a couple games in, so... Sorry, Guac. Sent you the password. All right. All right, Ice Power, I'll add you to the reserve. Very good. So Guac is here. Felk picks 3. Good luck, good luck. So we'll see if the Guacamole can do his thing. This is a choke map, so you guys got what you're wishing for. There are 2 entry points. So I think Falcon just saw the map. He's like, oh my God. All right. This is going to be so good. Oh my God. Falcon says the map sucks, mate. Yeah, I know. That's the whole point, dude. That's the whole point. Oh, man. He's the attacker. What is this monstrosity of a map, says both players. Oh, man, dude. I'm so excited for this. Endure. Again, the whole point of the stream today is terrible maps. So we'll see if the players can survive it. We're not going to see siege maps. We're not going to see sieges. Yes, Gret. Big brain plays. All right, Thomas. I will probably show that. I'll show it at some point on the stream. Oh, you can Vanguard behind your opponent on this map? Well, the thing is, Miguel, cheesing, like you say you're saying he could cheese like Legend of Total War. The thing about cheesing like that is it only works really against AI. Yeah. And like, so, because AI you can fool pretty easily. Players, of course, are more cunning, so it's not going to be as easy to like really corral them where you want them. They're going to be able to make, intelligent, informed decisions, unlike the AI. So Falcon picks 3 factions. So apparently, according to Aristodemos, there is some Vanguard options behind the city. So you're not completely... Oh, he picked his factions already? Did I see him do that? No. Oh, I thought he was saying we did Empire, but it's Wood Elves, Dark Elves, and Empire. Yeah, so Falcon playing completely differently. He's like, I need someone with powder, with missile weapons. Oh my God, this is going to be so fun. Why don't we do more meme events like this? We need to. So Guacamole's going to ban Dark Elves. Oh no, he banned Dark Elves on the Dark Elf Corsair map. And pick Bretonnia. A Cav? He's picking a Cav faction to defend a choke. Now, I think that what Guacamole might do is go for a bunch of trebuchets and just try and like bombard the entry points. And picking Bretonnia, what a hero! I would imagine Falcon here will probably go, I don't know, Empire? Yeah, I can see an Empire pick happening. A good old powder war. Or powder versus bows. All right. To be fair, I deserved it. Had been trolling players on... Oh, okay. XM2 Raptor, fair play. This is kind of a siege map. How many Blessed Field Trebuchets? You can bring a couple. I think you could bring like 3 of them and then 3 regular trebs. Yeah. You guys want to do an ambush map? Oh my God, we're doing an ambush. Guys... No, I like magic. I feel like not using magic really takes away so much from the game. Okay, we'll do an ambush map next. That is a really good idea. So let me pull up my map list here. One sec, guys. I'm just minimizing for a moment. I'm going to get the maps that Aristodemos sent me. All right, so let's go to Aristo. So we got Grim and Hagen. And Moonbow. And then we'll do an ambush map after that. Actually, let's do an ambush map next. And then we'll do those other 2. Okay. If someone can win an ambush map, being the one getting ambushed, man. We're doing an ambush map. Oh my god, the king gets ambushed every time. That would be, nobody would ever get like a streak. Yeah. Do drop a like on the stream if you guys are enjoying this absolute meme of a format. I'm certainly having quite a bit of fun, and we're only 40 minutes in, so we're getting there. Yeah, if you go to ambush maps, you can see here. We'll just choose a random one. It doesn't matter. Like, we're using terrible maps today, so I love how they're like, what is this monstrosity of a map? Oh man, the Bretonnians defending a Black Ark. Not really sure how that happened, but let's not ask questions. Be right back, my friends. Gonna get some more water while they pick their armies. You know what I think is going to happen here, guys? I think that Falcon is going to go for a massive air force. I think he's just not going to try and get in. He'll maybe have a couple Way Watchers and then just come in with like a huge Hawk Rider air force and like double Forest Dragon with Helm of Discord. I think he's just going to bum rush it. I don't think he's going to play the choke. Oh my god, what is going to happen here? So we're on the Black Ark landing. Only terrible maps being played today, my friends. It's good to see this many people on stream. You know, I wasn't sure what would happen with Mountain Blade coming out because my entire friends list, like with the exception of like 6 people, was playing Mountain Blade. So I was like, oh man. So this is the Black Ark landing. You can see here there's a couple nice little chokes the players can fight over. A little bit of a bridge. Also, it looks like some Vanguard options. I'm not sure where. Maybe like up here, back here, like in the city streets. This basically is a city battle. So I guess for those of you guys who did want a city battle, but the thing is there's no gates and walls, so it's a better map than that. Like city battles, you have the gates and walls and that whole mechanic here, but in this case... Oh, the Bretonnians are actually the attackers. Okay. Interesting. I always thought the person on the right was, but Falcon is going to be defending valiantly here as the Bretonnians siege the Black Ark. Should be quite a bit of fun. Donation coming in from One Man Boy Band watching from my clinic. Glad to see you're on. Hey man, hope all is well at your clinic. Stay safe. And we'll keep you entertained. That's all I can do. That's all I can do, man. Cheers, brother. Thank you so much for the 20. You're here just in time for the Black Ark landing. It is going to be Falcon and his Wood Elves defending the Black Ark. Apparently, Durthu has taken to sea and captured a Black Ark for his own. And the Bretonnians, with their trebuchets, have opted to come and try and steal it. So this should be very interesting. Of course, there are 2 options. The Bretonnians could go over here. We'll see if Falcon defends both angles. The Bretonnians have a couple options. And of course, the Bretonnians do have the trebuchets. So the trebuchets are going to potentially force the Wood Elves out. I mean, or they could just eat the fighting. But basically, I think Falcon will have to scoot forward with at least his Way Watchers. Good luck, have fun. So next up after this one, guys, we do have an ambush battle. So the current King of the Hill is Falcon. He was able to defeat King of the Dead in a very fun fight on the Galleon's Graveyard. And now we're on the Black Ark landing. It is going to be wild. Now for Falcon's army, he's got a couple groups of Wildwood Rangers to give him some dedicated AP. He's got a couple of Eternal Guard as well. Sisters of Thorn, 2 Spears in the back, Durthu, and a Branch Wraith. But really the main core of his army is going to be Durthu plus the Way Watchers to really try and goon out the big threats. Now for the forces of Bretonnia, it's going to be Peasant Mobs, Men-at-Arms, Double Trebuchet, and a massive core of Knights, of course. Knights Errant to the Sunset, Knights of the Realm to deal with the Wild Riders and potential large threats, King Gluin, Peasant Archers, and it looks like a Damsel of Life, and Gotrek as well. So the Bretonnians siege the Black Ark. Falcon awaits atop his throne of skulls, the King of the Hill. It's pretty cool. Is that actually the ocean down there? Man, Black Arks are huge. Look at this thing. It's pretty epic, actually, if you look at it. Oh my god, imagine that thing rolling up on your coast. That's horrible. Because this could fit so many armies. So the trebuchets, I do not believe have started shooting yet. I think they have to get in range. So we're just going to kind of sip our water here for a moment as the Bretonnian forces do advance. You can see on the far side of the map, Guac, of course, has a huge avenue to attack. He could just bring some cav units around here and potentially sandwich in these forces because the Way Watchers will eventually have to fall back. Felcon pushing up the Black Arc ramp. Oh my god, look at him. Durthu just marching all solemnly up the ramp. Like, I must defend my city. The Bretonnians coming in. Trebuchets, of course, will be firing soon. And we'll see how this battle goes. The Way Watchers, of course, will be able to kite back and do some work there. But there's no Prey of Anathrema, so Lewin can be a little bit more aggressive here. He does, of course, have the Lion's Shield as well. So the Lion's Shield, really good against Focus Fire. Does give him 44% missile resist on top of his already existing amount. So he goes up to a pretty decent amount where the Way Watchers can't really kill him quickly. He also heals himself, so pretty good pick against the Way Watchers. Still can get gooned. You got to be careful. Prey of Anathrema does take away missile resist. So if they have the Prey, it's still enough to really goon you out. So Felcon's going to be advancing here. And the Trebuchets are going to be shooting. Here comes the Wood Elf army. Defending the Black Arc valiantly, you can see. But the Way Watchers and the Wild Riders and the Sisters, I think, are going to be doing some initial poke and stroke. So Volley's going to be hitting Lewin in the face here, I would imagine, unless Guac has like lightning fast reflexes. Lewin takes a bit of damage there. He does fall back. Lion Shield is popped, but might save him some pain here on the second volley coming in. Nice little shot there by Felcon. In the meantime, here you can see some of the Bretonnian Knights, so the Knights Errant, plus some peasant mobs, are thinking about going in there. I don't know if they want to cross the bridge. That's the thing. If you're, I don't know if Felcon knew what side of the city he would start on. So maybe he was thinking he would be attacking and he has like an army built around that. Hard to say. Anyways, here, Sisters of Thorn going for a bit of an attack. Charging into the peasant mobs. Getting some freebies where they can. I mean, that's, you know, not much gold, but it's still something. Lewin is nearby as well, and the Trebuchets are now shooting in, I think. Let's see, they're firing. They're both firing. So yeah, they're going to be opening up on the Wood Elf army. The Way Watchers are still currently hidden. So it's very much going to be a game of cat and mouse. But honestly, for Felcon, this is pretty good. Bretonnia is normally a faction that can kind of surround you and swarm you if you're playing an Elvish faction. But in this case, Felcon can really just helms deep on the bridge here. The Trebuchets can force him back, though. Like, honestly, getting the Trebs, shooting into the Way Watchers, and or shooting up into the Wildwood Rangers could be a very, very good choice. Wildwood Rangers would probably be the safer of targets, but Felcon would probably just pull those guys back. The thing is that Way Watchers have really loose formations, so these guys can, you know, it's a little bit hard to hit them with, like, mortar-type weapons. You can still get some work in, but it's not, like, terribly devastating. So Guacamole basically just continuing his siege here. I'm not sure what the Trebs are shooting at. It's a little bit hard to see. So let's go ahead and just really sit here for a second and see what they're focusing. Some peasant mobs are being broken. Some Knights Errant as well, taking a little bit of damage. And here comes the Treb shots. All right, let's really watch this and see where they're going. Oh, shooting in. A little bit of ammo wasted here. And the Trebs are going into the Treekin. I don't know. They're so inaccurate. I couldn't even tell what they're shooting at. But it looks like they were going to be going after the Way Watchers there. So down on the low ground here, we have these Sisters of Thorn. Really getting quite a bit of value from Felcon. A little bit low on ammo, but nonetheless, they are trolling these Sisters a little bit. There's a lot of Bretonnian heavy cav, so you got to be careful. Is he going for the flank? It does look like Guac has used the ramp here on the city. The Knights Errant has pulled down this way and does have some cav in the back of the city. Now, Felcon doesn't have any mobile units of his own, really, so he's not going to be able to punish this. He basically just has to use his spears to screen them out. I don't know if he notices. The Trebuchets, of course, shooting in quite happily. Felcon moving out here with his Way Watchers to get some shots where he can. Some peasant mobs are screaming in, and it looks like the Way Watchers are going to be unleashing a volley here on the Knights Errant. And the Sisters of Thorn just going to be going after some peasants, but King Lewin's coming in pretty deep here. Does he have the Lion Shield? Guac with some really good control, able to pretty much dodge most of those shots as Durthu and his Vanguard have pushed out, really just to make sure that the Way Watchers don't get rode down. The Trebuchet shooting in, but man, really inaccurate, honestly. Those Trebs haven't really done much of anything. As far as kills, I think 0 on this one and 6 on the other one. I guess that's not bad. 6 Way Watchers isn't, you know, terrible real estate, but the Trebs really not doing their job. I think really going after the Wildwood Rangers would be a little bit better. Just like waste the ammo of the Way Watchers, kill the elite troops in the back, and try and prosper from there. Granted, I guess, you know, killing these archers, because the Trebs, like, even if they use all their ammo, the problem is that they're not going to be able to even kill probably one of these Way Watchers because of the loose formation. Whereas if you shoot at the elite, tightly packed troops of the Wildwood Rangers, you're going to be having a much better time. In the back, we do have the Bretonnian Knights charging in. Nice cycle charging from Guac. He's able to really put a ton of shock damage here on these Eternal Guard, taking minor casualties himself, loses 5, and takes out, looks like, an 11 models? Yeah, but another charge like that, that's really good. Honestly, Guac maybe wants to get some more calves, send them around the back and do the same thing. Like, if he just keeps on that cycle charging back here, he'll break these Eternal Guard, which I think we're looking the wrong direction. I don't think Felcon noticed this. Oh, those Eternal Guard are facing the wrong direction. If Guac is paying attention, he can get in there and just hammer those guys. So they're not braced because they're facing the wrong direction. Now, in the front, Felcon getting very aggressive. His Way Watchers pushing out. The Bretonnians have a pretty big army. They have a lot of men-at-arms and peasant archers who are very, very ready to answer the call of the king. And here in the back, we have the Knights coming in once again, and Felcon still hasn't noticed this. Oh man, this is brutal. So much free damage is being taken back here. So these Eternal Guard are going to be getting rode down. Oh man, look at the shock damage on that. When their backs are turned, they're not braced, their anti-large doesn't help them, their charged defense doesn't help them really. As long as Guac pulls back and doesn't let them sit in combat, like that's fine. Like the amount of value he's gotten, if he just can keep doing this, he could probably kill both those units, or at least really do a lot of substantial damage. Weight Watcher shooting in here, going after the Knights Errant. And the Knights Errant taking a lot of casualties, down to 32 models it looks like. The Peasant mobs terrified and beaten down, no surprise there. And Lewin's going in deep. It looks like the Bretonnian's really committing here. Hopefully for his sake, he does have the Lion Shield on cooldown now, or off cooldown I should say. So now it's active, so he's got the missile resist, so Lewin is going to be a little bit tough, and the Bretonnian Knights are now screaming in. Charging in, full force, but yeah, Lewin's got to be careful. I mean, I guess he's wasting a lot of the ammo. Knights of the Realm are going to be pulling back. Felcon does use some magic, Shield of Thorns being used, and in the back, where are Guac's cav? He needs to keep this pressure on. This is really big value here. Getting rid of the spears for the late game, the things that'll really buffer Durthu, is huge. We'll see if he keeps it up. We will see indeed. Lewin, though, really low. I would imagine a regrowth is coming his way. You can see a long casted life spell there, so that regrowth probably will top him off here. The Bretonnian Knight's going to be charging into the Sisters of Thorn. It looks like they are opting to take a fight versus the Treekin as well. Now, Knights of the Realm do have anti-large, so it's not going to be a complete wash. And the Trebuchets are actually starting to get some really good damage here, because they're really bunched up. You can see, oh man, the Trebuchets getting that value. I was so wrong, and the Bretonnian Knights are coming in as well. Guac is going for the kill, trying to put the guacamole on those chips. We'll see if he can catch the Way Watchers, and it looks like he does get a really good charge. A Sword of Daith going down, not going to slow the charge, but the Spears are coming, so some of the Way Watchers should get back, but he is going to be taking some big casualties, while in the back, the Eternal Guard in the back really just getting wrecked. So the Bretonnian's pulling ahead here in this match. Guacamole pulling back with his Knights Errant. And you can see, oh my god, I can't wait to see an ambush battle next game. Here they come. Felcon coming across with the Sisters of Thorn to try and roadblock them. Bounce of Power actually getting very good for the Bretonnians as they do pull ahead for the first time here in the game. The Way Watcher is falling back behind their spear wall, and now Felcon has had enough. He's going to be pushing out, going after the Knights of the Realm, and trying to pressure this Bretonnian position, because the Trebs are actually starting to become accurate. I don't know what motivated them, perhaps seeing their king in trouble. You never know. Lewin's back up to full health, of course. The healing was able to do that, which is incredibly powerful. And now you can see the Knights of the Realm here, Knights Errant, getting focused down by the Way Watchers. Felcon's back in this game. He's able to push out and really do quite a bit of damage to the Cav. And here in the back comes another charge from the Knights Errant. Felcon falling back with the Way Watchers, pulling back to the Spears, which took all that free cycle charging earlier. And the Knights Errant, are they going to get it? Guac will not pull back in time. So a little bit of shock damage going in on those troops, but these Knights Errant, for the most part, should be in huge trouble. With Sisters of Thorn on them and Spears, they're probably down for the count. So now the Bretonnians have gotten what they wanted. They've pulled the Wood Elves kind of off the bridge. The Trebuchets, of course, sieging this Black Ark. Doing a lot of work. But almost out of ammo. 39 on these guys, 28 on these ones. The Wood Elf army is very beat up looking, for sure. A lot of damage stuff. The Bretonnians still have a fair amount of infantry, but Durthu is going to be tough. Granted, with Lewin here, and Gotrek as well in the back. Gotrek is still here for the Dwarves, or not for the Dwarves, for the Bretonnian Dwarves. So Gotrek is still here, which is going to be really good against Durthu. Granted, Durthu can give it right back to him, but I believe Gotrek, being a dwarf, does have magic resist as well. He does. So he's going to be pretty durable against Durthu. I mean, not durable, but slightly more durable. So now the Peasant Archers are shooting in, having the perfect target, going after the Wildwood Rangers. Felcon, of course, really scrapping hard to stay in this game. And, you know, it's a tough situation he's been put in here. And now you can see that the Wood Elves are going to be pushing up. The Wildwood Rangers out of their natural habitat of the forest. Trebuchet shooting in, Peasant Bowmen shooting in. Now the Men-at-Arms have surged in with a frontal charge coming in from the Knights of the Realm. This is going to be hurting. Knights of the Realm coming down, lancing into these Wood Elf troops. That is some big shock damage against those very lightly armored units there, which must be in dire straits. They're actually somewhat healthy here. Knights of the Realm pulling back once again. The Peasant Bowmen are definitely a very good choice here. I think Lewin needs to get dirty as well and get in there. He needs to start fighting, maybe go after the Branch Wraith, go after Durthu, start doing some work. In the back, we have more Bretonnian Knights coming in once again, flanking here on the Way Watchers. Perhaps going to break, but getting some decent damage before they do potentially break. Knights of the Realm with Stand Your Ground active are going to be trying to hold back the advance of some of these Eternal Guard. And now we have the big fight of fights. Sword of Crone must be activated. Yes, it is. And Gotrek is in here as well. So Gotrek and Lewin are going after Durthu, and Durthu's taking a bit of a beating here. And also the Wood Elf troops, of course, they're going to beat Men-at-Arms in combat, but they're also getting worn down by the overwatching Peasant Bowman fire. So very nasty stuff. And if the Bretonnians win this frontline engagement, if Durthu gets chopped down by Gotrek, that's going to be a very tough situation. So here, Felcon is going to be pulling back, using his Treekin, using his other troops here to go after these Men-at-Arms. And man, what a game we have here, guys. This is so awesome. It's like, I feel like I'm watching like a campaign battle, but played between like two good players, which is really, really fun. So here, Falcon's pushing back, and when the trebuchets run out of ammo, it's really going to be changing the dynamic of this game. It's going to allow Falcon to take a more defensive posture, that's for sure. Anyways, Knights back here pushing into the Way Watchers, but very beat up, only 12 Knights of the Realm. Men-at-Arms have pushed back down here into the Eternal Guard to meet their doom, and the Trebs using the last of their ammunition to go after the Way Watchers. But now there's some Eternal Guard back here, which is certainly throwing a bit of a wrench in the plans here of the Bretonnians. It doesn't look like there's any peeling troops. I think all the reserves were sent forward for Bretonnia. But nonetheless, the King and Gotrek are taking down Durthu. Durthu's very low. The Branch Wraith also getting gooned out. But can, the King carry this game? There's still a fair amount of spears running around the battlefield, which is going to be nasty. Granted, Gotrek will be very tough to kill, especially with the fat regrowth on him. That's going to reset his vigor, basically. You can see he's fresh now. And, yeah, man, nasty stuff. King Lewin falling back. I would imagine going to be doing some cycle charging on Durthu, which is certainly a very good choice. The Wood Elves still have their spears. In the back, what do we have? We have some Eternal Guard back here, which have caught these peasant bowmen. And now we have some Men-at-Arms coming back in, which I think is going to be really, really good for the Bretonnians. Being able to buffer off these Eternal Guard, which are chasing, some valuable units, is incredibly good. Peasant Bowmen on the high ground are going to be doing huge damage as well. And to the 40 armor, I believe, of Wildwood Rangers, they don't have any missile resist either, I don't think. Unless, I think in the forest they get a couple buffs. Gotrek is surrounded. Could potentially go down here to all the Wildwood Rangers if they don't get broken, but I don't think Guak is going to let that happen for free. I would imagine Lewin will come in, get some terror routes, potentially, or at least just break them. And the Men-at-Arms should be able to come in and rebuffer the situation. Peasant Bowman just raining that blessed fire down here, guys. Gotrek still chopping away. Earthblood is indeed active, and here comes the Men-at-Arms with shields. And Lewin coming in for another charge. He gets the big charge on Durthu. Durthu is shaken. 1200 HP, pulling back. Are there any Wood Elves to support back here? There's some Eternal Guard. The Branch Wraith is back as well. So the Branch Wraith, of course, will give nice combat stats, even to the Way Watchers, giving them 33 melee attack. And now Durthu has turned around, trying to get King Lewin. Lewin, of course, does have the Lion Shield, and that's really good against Durthu. Durthu does do magic damage, and the Lion Shield gives you 44% magic resist, basically having the damage that Durthu can do here. So that's really, really strong. Lion Shield, a very solid pick here in this matchup. And now you can see Durthu is falling back. Will the Bretonnians take the Black Ark this day? Bretonnians back here are breaking. Lewin going in for the kill once again. Sword of Crone active, and Gotrek coming in. Gotrek does charge in, takes a huge blow right in the dome. But another regrowth, of course, will save him. And it looks like the Mighty Slayer, his plot armor carries firm, and Durthu is felled. And the Bretonnians in Guacamole claim victory on the dreaded Black Ark map. Wow, what a battle. What a battle. Well played. Guacamole claiming victory on the Black Ark. So let's go ahead and change that. We're going to put Guac here. That was such a ridiculous battle. Oh my god. So close to army losses. Yeah, that was insane, that game. Oh man, guys. All right, so next up on the list we have LL Cone. All right. So LL Cone is up. He's here. Let's see. That was an insane game. So next, let's do Grim first. We'll give the king one map that isn't an ambush before we put him through it. So we'll do Grim. Grimmenhagen apparently is a really terrible map, so we're going to do that one next. All right, so Grimmenhagen. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I know this one. I know this map. This map is really bad. All right, so Guac. This is a really trolly map. Good luck, have fun, guys. So we're going to do Grimmenhagen. After this, we have Aerocrastic coming up. And we're doing it to it. Gotrek's plot armor carried firm. The Bretonnian Black Ark now, I know. It was a great game. Both players played well. I know, Mr. Picot, I agree. It is fun to see high-level battles in the weird maps, because it puts them out of their comfort zone, that's for sure, of having a fair map. That was tricky. That was a tricky one. So the next one is going to be Grimmenhagen, which is like the one that has like all those ridges with like a big choke in the middle. It's funny because this map in Warhammer 1 used to actually be a map that you would have to play on, yeah. Oh, we got to do the Pit of Thorns. Oh, hold on. We'll do Pit... Okay, let me add Pit of Thorns to the map list. That map sucks. Pit of Thorns. Let's see here. Which other ones do I remember being terrible? There's so many of them. We could do the Battle of the Eternal Tides. Yeah, we need to get that. Okay, so I have some maps that are pretty unfair here. We have an ambush map next. We have Moonbow, Pit of Thorns, and Battle of the Eternal Tides coming up. This one has 4 choke points. The maps win the stream. I know, they do indeed. But, you know, that's going to be the thing. Like, whoever can, like, persevere through the bad maps will certainly be in decent shape here. And now let's see what the players pick. Guacamole is our current leader with 1. Okay, so it looks like the Golden Dragon is actually El Alcon, who's a Bretonnian main. He's going to be picking the Chevaliers and banning the Tomb Kings. And mirror Bretonnians on an awful map? No, please. Oh, God, no. No, God, no! At least they're different. It's going to be Bretonnia on Bretonnia on this map. Oh, why do you guys do this to me, man? I'm going to do some stretches in the meantime. Shake the hands out a little bit. So it's Bretonnia on Bretonnia, guys. Yep. That is the fate we deserve. That is the fate we're getting. I want to see a Vampire Final battle map. Yeah, we're doing that. Kassar Jake, it is on the list. Yeah, we're going to do Pit of Thorns. I think let's do Pit of Thorns next. That map seems so ridiculous. We'll save the ambush for, I don't know, some point during the stream. It'll happen, though. Don't worry, guys. I won't let you down. There will be an ambush battle. Well, ambush battles are just so unfair. It's like, it's so unfair. Like, these ones are unfair, but at least, like, you can deploy your army. Yeah, you know, Aristodemos has a good point here. If you prepare your army for it, no map is so unfair that it loses you the game. Yeah, you can kind of play around it. I know, they're getting me with the mirror matches, dude. So at least it's going to be Rapunzel versus Bretonnia, which is nice. So we're probably going to see Henri Le Massif. And of course, Guac will probably come in with his trebuchets. There's going to be trebs. There are going to be trebuchets. Honestly, what I would probably do here is maybe just go for a turtle build. Like, I would just get a bunch of halberds and like just kind of turtle up in one of the chokes and get like 3 trebs just blasting. That could be really strong with like peasant bowmen up on the ridges and stuff. Yeah. The mullet's good. I mean, you guys can see it on streams we've had in the past week. It's pretty ridiculous. Yes, Flying Taco. It is a Bretonnian mirror, unfortunately, on a choke point map. This is going to be quite a grindy one. No, please no. No, God, no. No Vampire Count mirror matches. That is the worst one. Oh my God. Double Mortis engines just like countering each other out. It's just like, oh, it's the most horrible thing. They're making you cast mirrors as payback. Hey, they all agreed. They knew this before they joined. I messaged them and was like, these are going to be terrible maps. And they knew it was coming. So there's no excuses here. Oh my God. Double Fey Enchantress. So, okay, we're not going to have that. At least El Alcon is the Chevaliers. So he's going to be able to... He's going to be able to get Rapunzel and Henri Le Massif. Rapunzel isn't bad in choke battles, though, because she has a big AoE blast that like nerfs the stats. Blessings will be delivered for sure. Funnily, on this map, you can also go full melee rush because your opponents will not be able to defend all 4 chokes. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Aristodemos. So we'll see what happens. Grail Guardians. Oh my God, a Grail Guardian blob fighting each other. That would be miserable. Granted, Trebs, you know, against Blob's Grail Guardians can do some damage. It's not completely useless. Ironbreaker on Ironbreaker, that's pretty bad too. You guys are certainly giving them a lot of ideas that aren't great here. So yeah. No more of that, please. Oh, man. Ambush battle will be pretty memey, though, for sure. All right, we're here. We're good. The current leader is Guacamole, facing off against the Golden Dragon, a.k.a. El Alcon. Let's see what he can do here. The Golden Dragon cometh. Grimmenhagen is a very interesting map. I remember this one was once on the multiplayer map pool. Back before Creative Assembly really, like, I guess, identified a multiplayer scene, there was a lot of really OP maps on the map pool. Oh my God, look at this monstrosity. And it's even raining, too, to add dramatic effect. So yeah, this is each army starts in a hill. This is actually a really fun 2v2 map. You can get some really cool, like, artilleries up on the high ground, archers shooting into the gulch. I remember having a really fun modded battle on this map a long time ago with the a Beastmen mod that was really fun. This is like bringing back memories of like the old days of Warhammer 1. I remember playing on this map. Pepperidge Farm remembers. All right, guys, so for the forces of Guacamole, 2 Royal Hippo Knights. So really just not caring about terrain. Knights of the Realm, Wardens of Montfort here, peasant mobs with the Beast Slayers of Bastogne. And over here it's going to be King Louis. Louis. And a damsel over there as well. So for the forces of Guac, really heavily invested in the Royal Hippos. A bit of a defensive formation, but for the most part, a massive air force. Now for El Halcon, a bit more of a not well-rounded, but a more rounded army, I should say. Peasant bowman with pox arrows, peasants, spearmen. He has some Grail Guardians, companions as well. Damsel of Life, Grail Guardians. Yeah, so he's going for Grail Guardians, really, and more like troop quality. He does also have field trebuchets, which are going to be really good at forcing out this Bretonnian army. So 2 trebs. He's got Rapunzel here on horseback. And is Henri La Massif here? I would imagine so. He's an anti-large, armor-piercing character against Bretonnia. So let's look. I'm not seeing the mountain that rides. Nope, no Henry. Just going to be Rapunzel. Trebuchets are quite nice here. Because if he can force this Bretonnian army out, the Trebs are just going to be blasting probably into the Beast Slayers. The Royal Hippo Knights certainly are going to pack some punch, and they have enough AP to tear down Grail Guardians. It's not going to be a quick teardown, but they can. Granted, they're not super tanky themselves, so Grail Guardians can bring them... I don't know if they'll bring them down quick, but they'll be able to put some hurt on them over a long, grindy fight with a little bit of magic support. So yeah, it's going to be the Royal Hippos basically versus a Trebuchet defensive build, so we'll see whose build pays off. What's really, really nice about El Halcon's build is he does have the Peasant Archers. So the Peasant Archers, I think he has only two though. If you had a little bit more, I mean, they're going to be a threat for sure against the Royal Hippos. Because it's basically just going to be, yeah, honestly, I really like El Halcon's build. He's got a really nice defensive position. And he has the better cav quality. Really, if he could just deal with the Royal Hippos somehow, then he should be in good shape. No Henry, though. I'm surprised we don't see the mountain that rides. Rapunzel's sidekick is pretty good. Rapunzel offering her sword up to the lady. The Iron Lady herself is here. You can see raising it up to the lady. We'll see how this goes. She has her items. She has the Sword of Lioness and also the Halo of Maidenly Wrath, which does really good. It lowers melee attack and melee defense. It's kind of like a mini Helm of Discord in a way. Not quite as good. The range is shorter, but basically if you just cast this while you're fighting the Royal Hippos, it'll be really, really good. Good luck, have fun. So the Bretonnian Mirror here on the Awful Maps. Welcome to the stream, guys. Hopefully you've all been enjoying Mountain Blade, but Warhammer's where it's at. Mountain Blade is great as well, but Warhammer's Sigmar's here. You got to respect the Warhammer 2. I know it's a bit of an older game, but it is a trusted one. I honestly I think that Mountain Blade is more fun to play than it is to watch. At a certain point, I feel like I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd rather watch Total War Warhammer 2 battles than a Mountain Blade stream any day of the week. But again, as far as playing though, Mountain Blade is super addictive. Just playing your own experience. You know who's really good at Mountain Blade is Lady Turin. She's been playing in the living room during my streams after she finishes work, and her character is already so good, and her army's so good. The one thing she says she's not really comfortable with is combat, but she is really good at the macro side of things, getting a good army, upgrading her troops, economy, really good at all that stuff. Her influence is already 200. I don't even know. My character's at 10. It's crazy. Anyways, here, the Bretonnians, the Chevaliers, yeah, Rapunzel's forces holding up here. Trebuchets are, of course, going after the Beast Slayers, forcing them forward. I'm surprised we're not seeing a single Gotrek between both armies. Gotrek is really good against many things that Bretonnia bring. Peasant archers are shooting, and some of the Bretonnian peasants on the flank are pressuring in. There are 4 choke points. So Guac is going to have to choose his engagements carefully, really make sure to get those good alpha strikes. Basically, right now, King Lewin is just wasting the ammo here of these peasants. Trebuchets still coming in, going after the Beast Slayers, which is a great choice. There's going to be a big choke battle here for sure, and that's not going to be great for the Bretonnians. We're going to call them Rapunzel's people up here for the other faction. These will be the Bretonnians. But the Bretonnians are going to, obviously, Battle Pilgrims can beat the Spearmen at Arms, but in that choke with Grail Guardians eventually in the rear coming in, that's going to be tough. So Lewin looks to be going in for attack here, going after Peasant Archers. And they're pretty close to the edge of the map. You don't really have too much room to work with here. So you could potentially get some terror routes. And you can see back here there are some men-at-arms with polearms that can force back Lewin. But I would imagine Lewin is going to have relative free range back here. He could go after the Damsel. Honestly, yeah, going after this Damsel of Life would be huge. Over here we do have the Flying Air Force, the Flying Circus of Guacamole, which is looking to take an engagement somewhere. Not really sure where yet, but they are going to be coming in and probably going for a hammering. Battle Pilgrims will get through here eventually. Lewin could actually come in and rear charge them. Are the Trebs? No, they're going after the Beast Slayer still. Okay. I thought they were shooting at Lewin for a second because they flew right past him, but I don't think that was the case. A little bit of lag. Hopefully it subsides. Looks like it does. So Guacamole charging down here with his Royal Hippogriff Knights, and you can see here the Spearmen at Arms are going to hold. They do have the charge fence, which is nice. Lewin going in as well, but I don't think he knows about the Grail Guardians. The Grail Guardians emerge from the tree line. These guys are poisoned as well, I believe. 68 speed. You can see Guac is going to be trying to get away. If Guac doesn't get away with him, he's going to be in big old trouble, like big trouble. Granted, he does have a place to retreat here, so he is going to be able to fall back here with the Royal Hippogriff Knights, so no problem there. Lewin falling back as well, as Rapunce, Iron Lady, comes after him and forces him back a little bit. Grail Guardians now pushing out from the hill. Going to be trying to halt the advance here, and the Knights of the Realm are going to be jumping in to fight them. So it's going to be a bit of a grind here, but the Halo of Maidenly Wrath should give, although Sword of Crone as well. Both sides have really, really good debuffs. You can see that the melee attack of these Knights now is 8 and 2. Respectively, because of the Halo. And in the blob fight, I mean, Grail Guardians are all about blob fights, and it looks like the Grail Guardians have surged in to try and hold back these Royal Hippos, the Battle Pilgrims, and the Companions have also charged in here as well. So both Bretonnian armies have really committed very, very heavily to this engagement. And I think Guacamole might pull back and maybe send in his Beast Slayers instead. As far as this fight goes, it's a bit of a wet noodle contest. We have the Grail Guardians fighting Knights of the Realm. Lewin here as well, Rapunce. It's pretty much just a grind. Like, neither player really has a clear advantage here. So we'll see how this goes. In the meantime, Rapunce's forces pushing forward. King Lewin on the retreat. Peasant archers giving him a little bit of an advantage in that respect. Poison, of course, very nice for lowering the stats of these units as Rapunce pushes forward with her Grail Guardians. But the Royal Hippos are going to be going in the back now, and there is a lot of feasting to be done. The Royal Hippo Knights could certainly put a bit of a beating down, but the Companions are pulling back. Very good control here by LL Cone. But are the Peasant Bowmen going to get terror-routed off the battlefield? All it takes is a little bit of a push. Yeah, Companions are a really good counter against the Royal Hippos. If they can isolate them back here like this, that is a situation which could be massively losing here for Guac. And you can already see one of his Hippos is trapped in combat here. I don't know how that happened. Looks like one of his Hippo Knights just getting absolutely wrecked in combat. Down to 4 models. It's looking like the forces of Rapunce are going to be able to pull this one out. King Lewin, in the meantime, coming in. Going to be doing a big old strike of his own. Going after the Royal Hippo Knights. Earthblood is active. I think this is the death blow for the forces of King Lewin. I think that the Companions back here are going to kill the Hippo Knights, and Lewin is going to be forced back, and then this choke battle is lost. The Hippo Knights there are destroyed. I just think there's way too many things that are going really well for the forces of Rapunce. Yeah, with some Knights of the Realm here, but the Grail Guardians should be able to defeat them at this point, considering how beat up they are. And you can see the balance of power is starting to shift. It's starting to really reflect that the Chevaliers, or however you say that, I don't even know how to say that. Is it Chevalier or something? Who knows? But yeah, Rapunce's forces and the Grail Guardians really able to just outmaneuver the Royal Hippo Knights and just prevent them from getting pretty much any value. Royal Hippos really weren't able to shine. Now the Grail piece is nice here. The Grail Relique, it's going to keep them fighting for a long, long time. Lewin trying to get back, probably wants to pull down to his forces here. But the Peasant Bowmen shooting into this mass of infantry, the 2 Trebuchets having really good ammo still, means they could just punish this blob super hard. Knights of the Realm might do a bit of an uphill charge here, but they're just going to get pushed back, like hands down. And the forces of Guac, you know, he had a pretty good run there. But alas, it looks like the Bretonnians, after defeating the Wood Elves on a Black Ark, are going to be sent packing, and Rapunce is going to be the new lady in town. As the Damsel of Life still in good shape. Yeah, pretty much most of the Bretonnian, or the Rapunce's army here is in really good shape. A couple Hippo Knights have come back, which is nice. Probably go after the Archers or the Trebs at this point, because everything's so committed heavily here. Granted, there's still so many mobile units. The Companions are in good shape, and you can see Guac is still scrapping hard. I mean, he does have the Battle Pilgrims and the Men-at-Arms here, and the Battle Pilgrims and stuff, who are very strong units. Maybe if Lewin could get like a really good gooning attempt or something, I don't know. It just feels like way too much. There's way too much firepower coming in here, punishing this blob. The Trebs are shooting in. They're forced into this choke. It is not looking good for the Bretonnians. On the far side, yeah, Knights of the Realm trying to make a valiant stand, but Grail Guardians are super tanky. Knights of the Realm already have pretty bad AP values, and Grail Guardians have, I think, like 90, 120 armor or something like that. Yeah, 120. Physical resist, too. Like, the damage mitigation against the Knights of the Realm is brutal over there, guys. GG, well played. That's going to be the game, and Rapunce is able to force back King Lewin. Nothing stops the fury of this scorned lady here. Her crusade carries on, and Guacamole will fall. There you have it, guys. Well played. The Kings are getting taken out quite aggressively today. Next up, I believe we have Aerocrastic, and we're going to put him on the Pit of Thorns. That's going to be the map. Pit of Thorns, Pit of Thorns, Pit of Thorns. So it's Pit of Thorns. Where art thou? I think it's not at Eschen. It's down here somewhere. Sea of Chaos. No, it's not those ones. Oh, yes. The Pit of Thorns. A classic. It's going to be LL Cone versus Aerocrastic in our next map. We are on the Pit of Thorns. And let's update it. So it is going to be... what is his name right now? Golden. We'll give him the full Monty here. Just got to scale that down. Golden Dragon. All right, guys. It's going well. Yeah, reenacted. That battle could be reenacted in Mountain Blade for sure. Now, yeah, Joan of Arc did win it. Oh, man. Somebody has to win, though. Because, yeah, somebody has to. I mean, it could be a one-way tie across the board. All right, perfect. So we have Aerocrastic up now. Then we have Stormrunner, Flying Taco, Amuf Hacker, Samurai Warrior, and Anticity on the main list. We'll see if anybody can get past the one. I don't know. It's going to be hard on these maps. Hey, it's Aerocrastic, and Aerocrastic says, hey is for horses. That I say nay, nay. Oh, that's pretty good. Arrow with the puns and the plays on word there. All right, so L. Hulk picks 3. And we are on Pit of Thorns, which is one of the most haggard maps out there. This thing is an atrocity, I can assure you. Henry is a large entity on foot? I can't remember. Riverbank, the Golden D, yeah. We have a donation coming in from Stainless Steel Rat. Thank you so much for the 25 bucks. Thanks for helping to keep us entertained. You're very welcome. Forza Lady, indeed. Stainless Steel Rat, indeed, indeed. And thank you so much, man, for the very generous donation there. For the 25er, and we'll keep you entertained. We have a lot more King of the Hill to go here, and we'll see what happens. If nobody wins, we have to do a dreaded free-for-all. Oh, God, no. Free-for-alls just have so many lag issues. It's like if there's one player lagging, it's just like an absolute misery to play through. We did an FFA videos a couple weeks back. I think it was about 2 weeks ago, but maybe I'll do some offline sometime next week. Who knows? I'm going to record some Mountain Blade multiplayer footage later. Throw that up. I'm pretty terrible at it, but nonetheless, it'll be fun to see me get wrecked. We need them to fight in a Bannerlord Arena duel, Optimus Pine. That would be really funny. So in King of the Hill, we do, for the first game, let's see, oh God. No, God, no. All right, so LL Cone picks Bretonnia for all of his factions. All of them. So now Aerocrastic is on the... He bans one of them, so he can just ban whatever. He's probably going to ban Lioness. And then... no, please, no more Bretonian mirrors. Okay, it's going to be Vampire Counts versus Bretonnia. That's a fun matchup. And yeah, we're on the Pit of Thorns. This is a hard one for Cav. All right, so it's going to be Vampire Counts. So how the picks and bans work is we... the player who's the current king will pick 3 factions. His opponent bans one of those 3 factions, and then picks, and then the king picks from the remaining 2 that aren't banned. The ambush map will come. I'm saving it. I'm saving it, yeah. Ambush maps are so unfair, though. Although, honestly, like, if you made, like, a full melee army with no range tools, like, it wouldn't be that bad to get ambushed. It's coming, though. Yeah, I have it on the list of maps. Don't worry. I'm not going to finish the stream without an ambush. Vampire Counts mirror match? No, please. Oh, my God. Grail Guardian blobs. Oh, he's asking which one he wants to ban. Let's say no to Carcassonne. Aerocrastic says no to Carcassonne. Oh my God, what a meme. So that's the Fey Enchantress sub-faction. I'm just sitting back and stretching, guys. Oh. I want to get a chair, although if I sit, it's gonna have to change my microphone placement and everything. So the Fey Enchantress causes fear, yeah, says the Golden Dragon. Now, my friends, we have Aerocrastic on Vampire Counts versus the Reponse sub-faction, the Chevaliers, once again. Reponse, you know, Henry's not bad here. Plus, they look really cool. I like the color scheme of them quite a bit. Now, quick question, guys. I know a lot of you guys here are obviously folks in live chat, but what would you prefer seeing? Would you prefer seeing Mount and Blade campaigns be live streamed or actually just be uploaded and or recorded and uploaded in like shorter versions? Or do you like to just sit down and like binge watch like a 4 or 5 hour episode? One Man Boy Band, thank you for the $10. What about battles between significant others? Are you saying like get our partners to like battle in Total War or in Mount and Blade? But you know, One Man Boy Band, that would actually be really easy to do in Mount and Blade because Lady Turin plays that. We could get her and we could do some like arena battles and stuff. Yeah, I wanted to get feedback while I have you guys hear about Mount and Blade. Like, do you guys prefer to watch it as like a big stream, or do you like to watch like a uploaded version? I noticed that on YouTube, the ones that are uploaded get a lot more views than the live streams. Yeah, I mean, of course you guys are going to say the live stream, yeah. Most of you guys, because we're all here on the live stream. Yeah, I prefer live streaming as well. Yeah, some people saying uploaded. Yeah, it's live streamed. All right, thanks for the feedback, guys. Yeah. It's interesting, though. YouTube's algorithm really does not favor live stream videos. Like, basically, if you upload... If I, like, uploaded part 1 of my Mount and Blade Let's Play, it probably would have gotten, like, 50,000 plus views. But if you stream it, it gets like as much as you get, and then a couple people trickle in. Like, it doesn't share live streams like it does other content, I've noticed. Yeah. There's a lot of slack in the game. Yeah, there is. All right. Lady Turin versus... yeah, her army would probably beat my army. I'm a little bit more practiced in duelings, but... Perfect, guys. Thank you for all the feedback. Memes for the god of memes. So it's time. The Golden Dragon is ready. Aerocrastic about to be ready. We're on the Pit of Thorns. Thank you guys all so much for the feedback. It really does help me in making my decisions. And yeah, we're here. Do drop a like on the stream if you guys are enjoying it. Do you remember how many gigabyte you had to download? No, I don't remember, Funky Cobalt. I'm sorry. What's up, Sotek? What's cracking? So Sotek, we're doing a terrible map stream. So basically, it's a King of the Hill, but the players have to play on just the worst possible maps. Like, we're using maps that are unfair. We're going to be doing ambush battles. It's just an absolute circus of a stream. So yeah, do drop a like on the stream if you guys are enjoying it. If you want me to do this in the future, lets me know that people enjoy it. That's honestly how I often gauge what streams I'm going to do. I see like what gets the most support from you guys, and then I just try and do those more often. The Golden Dragon. The mighty El Alcone, ready to face off against Arrow. Arrow must be coming up with something really treacherous here. Thomas, thank you for the 50 CZK. I'm very excited for Astartes Part 5, yes. Yeah, AB, I understand that. That's a very good point. What I want to do is for Mount and Blade and have it be kind of my primary coverage for that game. I'll probably keep streaming this Let's Play I'm currently doing, just because that's how we started it, so let's kind of keep it that way. But for multiplayer, I don't plan on live streaming multiplayer Mount and Blade. What I think I'll do is get battles, like edit them together for the best moments, and just like have like a 10-minute montage of basically just like throwing some memes in there. I think that's a really fun format. So I don't know. I've seen like some channels do really well with that kind of format, and I think it's really fun as well. All right, we're on the Pit of Thorns, Aerocrastic. You can see it's a dreadful map. Basically, there's just, like you can probably guess, a Pit of Thorns. I don't even know where the armies start. But yeah, they have to fight in these like weird forests, and like it's very, very nasty here. So players are loading in. I'll minimize chat with you guys in the meantime. Yeah. Download's pretty big. Download is pretty big indeed. See how this goes. Vampire Counts, of course, very good at playing the grind game. I would imagine Bretonnia will have a... I don't know. I wonder if El Alcone will go for the dreaded cavalry blob. He'll go for like Grail Guardians. That was a way to play against Vampire Counts for a while. Basically just spam like a million Grail Guardians and hide the Fey Enchantress in the middle of them. And she just kind of drains. But since he's playing the sub-faction, he doesn't have access to Fey Enchantress. So he has to use Reponse. He could go for a massive Air Force too, like Henri Le Massif, a Paladin, Hippo Knights, go that route if he wants to. to try and just bully the vampire counts in the air, and then from there, you know, you hunt down the vampire lord. Oh my god, look at the actual thorns over here. Why can't we fight over here? This looks like a cool area. We are on the Pit of Thorns for this map, guys. The Battle of the Eternal Tides cometh soon. Don't worry. More bad multiplayer maps will rear their ugly heads. And here comes the forces of Bretonnia. So for Bretonnia, let's take a look at the build of El Cone. He's got a Reponse, of course. He has the Damsel of Life, Peasant Mobs, Men-at-Arms, Halberds, Foot Squires, couple Peasant Archers, and for his Cav Corps, it's going to be double Grail Knight. Oh, triple Grail Knight? Oh man, triple Grail Knight plus Companions. That is a grindy army if I've ever seen one. So for Arrow, what does he got? Zombies. We have Vlad von Karstein. We have a dreaded Black Coach. We have Konigstein Stalkers. Oh, I think Arrow's done for. I think Arrow's lost. Yeah, 4 Cairn Wraiths against like Grail Guardians. Oh man, that's like... Oh, those are Grail Knights. Oh, those are Grail Knights. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If Arrow can somehow stop the Grail Knights with his Blood Knights, maybe? He's got 1 Blood Knight, 1 Black Knight, and on the far side, the same thing. Okay, so the one thing that Arrow has going for him, the Blood Knights, of course, can fight the Grail Knights with a little bit of magic support, but 4 Cairn Wraiths is so bad against the Grail Knight build. Like, they'll die so quickly to a charge from those Knights. Arrow's going to have to really protect these things, like coddle them. He can still win it, for sure, with some good control, but it's going to be really, really tough. Like, these guys are not going to be happy to fight Grail Knights. So we'll see. I mean, maybe if Arrow can force the battle in some really areas that are terrible for Cav, and of course Arrow himself has a lot of Cav units that can really make some big plays. It's double Blood Knight against triple Grail Knight. Of course, Grail Knights would win 3v2, but with good control, zombie summons, invocations, it's winnable by either side in that respect. So the players appear to be ready. Meme for the god of memes, yes. It's happening here, guys. Of course, El Halcon, I believe, is part of the Extreme Meme team. The Cav Corps of the Vampire Counts is here. And the Cairn Wraiths are in a very aggressive vanguard. I don't know about these Cairn Wraiths. You know, they could surprise us. They do magic damage, and Grail Knights do have... no physical... Don't they have physical resist? Could have sworn they did. I guess not. I think that's Grail Guardians only. Yeah. No, Grail Knights over here do have it. Wait, why do you guys not have it? Oh, they do. It's only when the battle starts it shows. Yeah, they have physical resist. So I guess the magic AP damage from those guys does circumvent the physical resist, which is pretty nice here. So Bretonnia moving forward here. Here they come. And so too do the Vampire Counts. Arrow is certainly going to be fighting an uphill battle, I think, against the Cav Corps. Granted, Blood Knights are really, really strong, and he does have a Black Coach as well. Never underestimate the Black Coach. Coach in its face all over these Bretonnians. You could opt to charge right up the pipe, get some Peasant Mobs, get some Men-at-Arms, knowing the Cav are kind of a little bit awkward here. You could do that. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Vlad is going to be really tough to kill also. Reponse can certainly do well against Vlad, though. She's pretty good against infantry characters. I believe Reponse does have a bonus for his infantry as well. I don't even know where she is. She's like riding with the Vanguard somewhere, it looks like. Yeah, she's over there. Yeah, Reponse does have BVI. She's got bonus for his infantry, so she's going to be able to put some hurt on Vlad. Vlad's really tanky, though. Especially depends on the items. So down here we have a fight. We have some Men-at-Arms who are going to get lanced down by the Blood Knights. Downhill charge. I would imagine Arrow will want to pull back pretty quickly. As you can see here, the Grail Knights are now pushing in. Grail Knights will do some huge shock damage here against Cairn Wraiths. But, you know, maybe the Cairn Wraiths are just kind of a bait and switch. We'll see. Arrow does pull back. Really good response here. I think he's trying to get the Black Knights and the Blood Knights to surround these Grail Knights here. And you can see he's coming in for a big fight. This is really good for Arrow, actually. If these Grail Knights get caught here, fully surrounded, also with Cairn Wraiths, okay. This is a huge play by Arrow. He's able to bait out some Grail Knights and get a full surround, basically. So, massive win here for the Vampire Counts, potentially a game-winning one. Also, the Cairn Wraiths do route off the Peasant Mobs and, you know, are now potentially into the back lines. And for the rest of the army, the Grail Knights are going to come in and hammer a zombie formation, but what is that even? This is, man, the Knights are so out of position. They went around, they're blocked by zombies, but now Arrow Krasik can just push right up the pipe with the Black Coach, the Knights, unify his forces over here, and just like let zombies target these Knights for like 45 minutes. Arrow really, really winning the position game right now. But again, we'll see how that goes as this battle does progress. One group of Grail Knights taken out like outright, and the only thing that took heavy damage there were the Grail Knights. So just like we said in the beginning, it was really going to come down to Arrow getting those good positional engagements to potentially win this game, because the Bretonnians do have a lot of counters against his stuff. But I don't know if it's going to matter. Picking off, you know, a very expensive Cav unit like that early, and only really taking losses on your zombies is great. Now the zombies are tar pitting, Blood Knights and Black Knights opting to come back down here. I would imagine Vlad will drop a zombie summon on top of them, which is pretty much always what you want to do against these Cav units. And there it is. So the zombie summon is dropped. Should be. Yep, looks like it is dropped on top of those Grail Knights. And things are prospering. Black Coach is causing a lot of problems in the back line, going after the Peasant Bowmen. And here we have the Cairn Race in the low ground going after the Men-at-Arms. Should be able to tear out and deal with all those units pretty easily. And yeah, basically the things that annihilate the Cairn Race aren't able to find them. And now the Cairn Race are really shining, which is pretty impressive. The entire Bretonnian backline is about to be Shrek'd, it looks like. The Black Coach is in the back here, but also Blood Knights and Black Knights are coming up. Blood Knights being very healthy, also having earned a couple chevrons by taking out those very elite units. And I think the Vampire Counts are going to get this game. I think the Grail Knights were not able to get the good engagement. They took a very awkward route around the back, which means that, you know, like almost half of the Bretonnian power is really out of position to stop this big engagement over here and really help. Down here on the ground, the Grail Knights are still doing their thing. Blood Knights of Arrow have pulled back, and even still, the Grail Knights are not able to get a good fight. Only now are they able to get around. Also, Rapunzel is very tar-pitted here. You can see she's just trapped up here, and I think there's still some stalkers here, Conix 9 stalkers who can tar-pit. Yeah, the Grail Knights really just not having a good time. In the back, you can see Blood Knights chasing down Peasant Archers, Black Coat chasing those guys down as well. Cairn Race chopping into Foot Squires. They should win that fight. They're a pretty good counter. Granted, Peasant Mobs coming in the back might be able to break their leadership. We'll see, make them crumble. But for the most part, Blood Knight's very, very healthy. Vlad is leading this fight here, I believe. I think he's around here somewhere. Yes, Vlad is in the tree line, fighting in the Pit of Thorns. And the Blood Knight's able to get the uphill advantage on these guys. And it's going to be a grind for sure, but with Invocation, I think it's going to be one that will favor the Vampires. But again, we'll see how this goes. Grail Knights still in good shape. Companions in good shape. And they got the Beast Slayers down here. Actually, no, just Men-at-Arms. So, you know, Bretonnia's not out of it for sure. It's not over, but you can see it's rapidly going in the favor here of the Vampire Counts as the Black Coach rams that damsel. She's certainly in distress, being knocked down the hill, and now we have further saturation coming in from Cairn Wraiths. And more Blood Knights with the downhill charge. The entire Bretonnian backline in absolute shambles, as Arrow Krastic is expertly using his Black Knights back here to chase off all the scraps, basically. Now the damsel's a little bit trapped up as well. She's probably going to get killed by the Black Coach, or at least terror routed, or just pushed off in some way, shape, or form. Rapunzel is trying to come in here as well, but you can see the Blood Knights are just, man, triple chevs on these Blood Knights. 141 kills. These guys have been feasting like the heathen kings of old. And a big old juicy Invocation going down as well. No, Von Hels actually. Von Hels is going to make them quite strong, and the Bretonnian pocket is certainly crumbling. Damsel's getting a little bit low. Vlad's still just kind of karate chopping in the back where he can. And the Black Knights, yeah, just chasing off Peasant Archers wherever they can. Also, Cairn Race were able to defeat the Foot Squires. The Bretonnian Infantry Corps completely routed off here by the Cairn Race. What a strange build. But he was really able to pull it off with really good positioning. I was just certainly very worried because there was a ton of magic damage on the battlefield here, but yeah. Blood Knights here, 20 of these bad boys. We do also have 27 Blood Knights right here. The Grail Knights are, and the Companions are doing a really good job considering they're like fully surrounded, but it's only a matter of time before Vlad the Chad here is able to finish off some of these Knights, and there he comes with the overhand right, taking out one of those Companions. The Damsel, though, able to find a home here, but the Black Coach from Arrow, I think, smells blood, and now that Cairn Race are piling in, yeah, of course, the Grail Knights can do good damage to them, but they're not going to be the primary target. There's zombies, there's Blood Knights, like just the further saturation of extra AP units, which have magical damage that circumvents their defenses, is going to be really, really strong. Cairn Race pushing up on the high ground, Peasant Bowmen push back, Black Knights pushing those guys back as well, and I think Vlad the Chad is going to do it. Rapunzel is trying her heart out here, but the Black Coach is too much to handle. It's too thick. And Vlad von Carstein in perfect health at this point. Cairn Race taking a bit of damage. You can see how quickly they do go down to the magic damage of the Grail Knights, even if they're only just getting kind of topically poked, but there's just no Bretonnian support back here. All the Peasant Archers are gone. This one group of Black Knights just feasting on kills. A full health group of Cairn Wraiths coming down as well. I don't know if there's a Grail piece down here. Terror routes could be a thing. The Men-at-Arms certainly could be terror routed here in a moment. Vlad also has an ability that a lot of people forget about called the Aura of Dark Grandeur. So basically he gives -4 leadership to everyone nearby. So it does add up, you know, in these real micro engagements here. But are the Bretonnians enduring? Are they going to be able to endure this? I mean, the Companions are really going firm. Master Beguilement is down from Vlad, giving the Companions very, very low melee attack values, but it looks like it just wears off now. And Earthblood is coming in here from the forces of Rapunzel. Could this be a comeback? You know, and this is where the Cairn Race might struggle once they have to fight the Grail Knights head-to-head. Vlad is fully surrounded as well. Balance of Power is creeping back towards the middle, guys, and suddenly the Vampire Count's not doing well in that grindy fight. Man. All right, so these, and now you can see the Cairn Race dying very, very quickly against the magic damage of some of these characters here. The Grail Guardians, of course, up to, oh my god, these Grail Knights have 234 kills. They've just been massacring this Vampire Count force. The Cairn Race, though, able to bunker bust over here. Break off the halberds, which should help quite a bit. Vlad will take a while to kill. The Black Coach is getting worn down by Rapunzel. Oh my god, this would be an insane comeback. And I think at this point, Arrow pulls back his cav and knows he needs to cycle charge. Like, the Bretonnians are a little bit trapped up here. I think cycle charging is the way to do it. Just come in, get some shock damage, pull back. It looks like the Bretonnians, like, almost were starting to claw back there for a moment. Blood Knights with a huge downhill charge. Lance is couched. Able to take out a couple of those Bretonnia Knights. But the counter charge from El Halcón is very, very swift and fierce. And you can see the Blood Knights on the counter charge. Wow, pretty much just get dumped on there. Black Knights coming in as well. Might be able to do some damage. Of course, they don't have the same impacts. But the Karen Race are dying very quickly. Like, just super fast against the magic damage. Rapunzel doesn't do magic damage, I don't believe. So what do we have? We have the Grail Knights here, which are breaking. Yeah, when the Grail Knights break and this like whole pocket is isolated and Vlad's able to pretty much, you know, do his thing, that's going to be nasty. It looks like a summon is going down, perhaps. I think a zombie summon is being dropped here. Here, some zombies by Aerocrastic. The Grail Knights pulling back here. The Damsel of Life able to heal up a little bit, but now the Bretonnians are finally starting to break. Man, what a grindy fight here in this Pit of Thorns. Sorry about the lag. I think it might be El Halcón, I'm not sure. Because we didn't have lag before Guac's game, and then there was lag, so... I mean, if he does lose this, I guess that does address the lag. We will see, though. It looks like Bretonnia is in a bit of a mass exodus here, as Vlad von Karsine is able to break the Damsel. She's terrified, and it's a bit of a mass rout for Bretonnia at this point. Man, what a scrap. Bretonnia almost kind of pulled that one back, to be honest. The Karen Race getting killed by the magic damage at the end was big. Damsel is actually broken, so yeah, just using some Black Knights to chase her off is going to be a win for sure. And from here, Rapunzel is basically going to make her last stand against the Black Coach and Vlad. She might be able to get away. I mean, she does have some men-at-arms coming back in. What do we have over here? We have zombies fighting foot squires, so foot squires could come back, but that should be army losses here in a second. No way Rapunzel can win this, especially with the Damsel being chased off at full health. And that's going to be army losses, and Aerocrastic is going to claim victory on the Pit of Thorns. The Vampire Counts, led by Vladdy Daddy, able to come in and pull some sweet victories, and hopefully we won't have any more lag from here. We'll see. Great game so far. Pit of Thorns is bad, but it could be much worse. Could be much worse. Yeah. Aerocrastic and Vlad and his Karen Wraith Legion able to claim victory. King Agizal, thank you so much for the donation. $2. Good. Let the terrible maps flow. We are. Oscar Bao for the $5. Thank you. Tomas, thank you as well. Really appreciate those donations, guys. And now we move on to the next map. Aerocrastic, the King of the Hill. Let's see if anyone can make it past the dreaded one win here today. All right. So next map, let's do the Battle of the Eternal Tides. The Battle of the Eternal Tides. This is the Vampire Count Final Quest battle. Battle of the Eternal Tides. Where art thou? Very well played, Arrow there. It's the Battle of the Eternal Tides. Okay. The Battle of the Eternal Tides. We can put Arrow on the Essence of Chaos. It's like his least favorite map. Is it the Battle of the Eternal Tides? Should have been up there if it is. Maybe it's not. We'll find the map here in just a second, guys. Altar of Ultimate Darkness. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Golden Dragon said that flank surprised me. Well played. And now we have, next on our list, we have Stormrunner. Stormrunner, you are up. Turin, I have mixed thoughts on Turing tests. Oh, okay. I thought it says whenever you guys typed like turning or anything that has Turin in it, it highlights my name. Yeah, that's funny. Turing test. Yeah, that's funny. Jonathan Kelly, this is not Bannerlord. I know, we're playing some Warhammer. Thank you so much. The donation. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Turn, you just finished a crazy day at work and now a cold brewski and I see this gem. I got you, man. Spirit of Gorg, we got you. Thank you guys all for your support today. We're going in, baby. We're going hard. So we got Stormrunner. Battle of Eternal Tides. Vamp Coast Final. So we're on the Battle of the Eternal Tide for our map here. Aerocrastic. He knows the map. He's played it. So I'm sure he's going to account for that. He's facing off against the Stormrunner, of course, a veteran of our King of the Hill series. No problem. What are the ones we had? Choke battles, ambush, subterranean battles, free-for-all. There's a lot to choose from here. I'm just kind of like looking over the terrible maps right now. A Turin test, yeah. Jonathan Kelly, I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. Are the bots just raiding? Yeah, Falcon just dropped a link in chat if you guys want to scroll up to the list of terrible maps. Correct. All right. You guys can check that out. If you're looking to troll your friends and you want to pull up a terrible map for them to fight on, you can do that. I'm sure they'll really appreciate it. So Aeroclastic picks Chaos, Dwarves, and Norsca. Interesting choice. Pretty different factions, but it's good to do that. We'll see what Stormrunner bans here. Stormrunner will ban and pick. He'll ban Norsca and pick Greenskins. Very cool. Yeah, when I played Stormrunner in a King of the Hill recently, he was playing Greenskins. I played him in Aeroclastic's King of the Hill. We had a pretty good run there. Oh, man. Ooh, I just had a really good best of 3 as well against Exploding Hamster. That'll be going up on the channel soon. It was a really, really good one. All right, so bans Norsca, picks Greenskins. So now we have Chaos or Dwarves. Dwarves are pretty good on a map like this, especially with all the nasty chokes and stuff and hills. So I think Arrow's going to go Dowie. We have the Dwarves facing off against the Greenskins, it looks like. Unless he switches at the last second. Hell Cannons could be quite funny here as well. Battle for Itza. Let's see. Battle for Itza. Yeah, the Battle for Itza could be really good too, actually. You guys want to do the next Ever Chosen on these maps? Oh my god, that would be a circus. It is time, Gojira. It's going to be Aeroclastic's Dwarves, which Dwarves, he says, are... I think Arrow has said on a couple occasions that Dwarves are like his worst faction. So we'll see if he's able to do it here. Of course, he's a good enough player, and he's played against him enough that he probably knows how to play him, more or less. So we'll see. It's going to be Dwarves versus Greenskins on the Battle of the Eternal Tides. The Battle for Itza. Let's see what that looks like here. Oh, yeah, Battle for Itza is a bad one, too. Although it's mostly just a big open field map with a couple, like, pylons in the corner. I don't know. Probably wouldn't be that bad. Lich109 says he heard Chaos Dwarves, and Norsca was wondering what the third pick was. That's funny. What is the one Beastmen would fight? Oh, God. The long tunnel with trees. That one is terrible. We could do like, one of those, like, long hallway fights. Tyler Peterson, what is the Heinrich Kemmler quest battle map? If you can give me the name of it, I might be able to add it to the list. Choke point battle, we already kind of had one, Dread Saurian. There's a guy named Dread Saurian in chat. That's pretty great. What is the Kemmler quest battle map? Is Chaos a good match against Dowie? Yeah. Like, a lot of people think Chaos is a counter to Dwarves, but good Dwarf players can usually win that matchup as well. So it's like, you know. I think if you have two players who aren't like specialists playing, it can be Chaos favored. But if you have like two people who really know how to play Chaos and or Dwarves, Dwarves can win it. We'll see if Arrow can win more than one game. No, I mean, nobody's won more than one game today. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a second. I return. Looks like the players are still not ready yet. I got a little bit of a snack in the kitchen there. Do the dwarf tunnel. All right, Tyler, you let me know that map, and we'll potentially add it to the run here. Kemmler has several quest battle maps. You'll need to narrow it down. Ah, okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we end up doing. Got to find some more terrible maps. We still have a few more players. We have Stormrunner, Flying Taco, A-Move Hacker, Samurai Warrior, and Anticity is our last player. And then we have reserves, of course, but Anticity would be the last one who can try and beat the current standing record. Yeah. We'll see. Arrow said he doesn't play Dwarves often, so I think he's really trying to like reflect on what's on this map and see how he can like really deploy here. I actually think this matchup isn't as bad as it used to be. Like, it used to be really Greenskin favored, but I think Dwarves, like, you know, can win it for sure. It's a tricky one. I actually played against Anticity a couple months ago. He was a really good dwarf player, and he had a really nice build against my Greenskins. It was really solid. And I usually feel very confident winning that with Greenskins. Helm Fen used to be even worse than Warhammer 1. One starts in the March. Helm Fen, yeah, Helm Fen is a pretty bad one too. Let me see if it's on here. The Void of Helm Fen? No, it's better now. They fixed it. It's actually a map we use in tournaments. If I'm looking here. Star of Averlorn could be pretty bad. Yeah, we got some options. So the player is obviously taking a little bit longer because they have to decide on the map. How to play on a map that's really haggard like this. Karl Franz is an absolute beast for sure. What if the Slanesh bots start giving money donations? That would really kind of change the whole dynamic. I mean, the reason they're here is to make money, so I don't think that would ever happen. But yeah, I don't know. Are dogs good against Dawi? Yeah, bringing like 1 or 2 isn't bad. Just as a pressure piece, because if they, for even a second, expose their cannon or like some missile pieces, it's worth it to either shut them down and or chase off like the cannon crew, right? I wouldn't go too all in on dogs like, you know, you do in some matchups against like elves, but against dwarves, I think bringing 1 or 2 like hound skirmisher type units is usually a pretty good choice. It really depends on what you're playing. With Greenskins, you know, Squig Hoppers are really damn good. You know, Orc Boar Boys can be okay. They're kind of jankety, but for the most part, they do the trick. The old trickaroo. And here we go, my friends. Loading in. Aerocrastic versus Stormrunner. Arrow, the current king of the hill. I don't know if I updated it, actually. The nameplate at the top. Let me go ahead and double check that. Once we load in here. The Battle of the Eternal Tides is here. One army starts in the middle. The other one is the attacker. It's basically the AI. Starting at the very top. It's a very cool looking map. But certainly not the most fair map. All right, so let's go ahead here. Minimize, double check. Yes, we did change it. Great. All right, guys. So basically, this is the quest battle for the Vampire Coast, the final quest battle. One army starts on the hill. The other one starts here in this choke. Or not choke, but this centerpiece. And you can see there's a choke here, choke here. So there's going to have to be some flanking pressure, I would imagine. The other army can move back here if they want to and take up like a high ground position. So cool. The deep sea is such a cool thing, man. Look at this. Vampire Coast DLC, I think, was my favorite. Yeah. Arrow does get the good Dawi position. Oh my god. He's going to be able to just like choke this right off. Granted, he doesn't start right there, and there is a little bit of distance, so the Greenskins could rush the choke if they want and get through it, more or less. So for Arrow's army, let's see what he's got. He's got a gun line, so a couple of Dwarven Thunders, some Rangers as well, Hiking Thorgrim, Gotrek, and he had some artillery piece somewhere. Yeah, in the back, he's going to be using his artillery against the wall to deny the back charge, the Goblobber. And just doing his thing, yeah. Pretty nasty for sure. Oh, a Gyro Bomber, guys. We got a wild Gyro Bomber from Arrow. We'll see if he can make it win, make it work. And for the forces of the Greenskins, the Green Tide, we got Trolls, Orc Boar Boys, Squig Hoppers, Crimson Killas, Black Orcs, Goblins, Orcs, things. And it looks like he does also have a Goblin Rocklobber, 3 Rocklobbers, which I really like. It's really nice if the dwarves do have a box build for forcing them out. Like, for example, the 3 Goblin Rocklobbers are going to force Arrow out of this position for sure. They can just shoot on the Thunders. I mean, unless, you know, the Greenskins advance really quickly. But the Rocklobbers, I would take that trade all day. 3 Rocklobbers hammering the Dwarven position with 1 Goblobber firing back, for sure. What I would probably do, though, is try and hide the Crimson Killas, like, back here, out of line of sight. But we'll see how it goes. The Grimgor Ironhide is going to be the choice here. Will he make it to battle? We'll find out. Place your bets now. YouTube, don't demonetize me, please. I didn't actually mean that. Night Goblin Shaman as well. And that is it. That is it. So yeah, pretty traditional. I mean, Black Orcs, always very good. I really like the triple Goblin Rocklobber. Orc Boar Boys and Squig Hoppers in the back and Vanguard. You can see they're deployed back here. And Arrow has the classic Dwarven box here. Or Dwarven Octagon or Hexagon or whatever it is. I don't know. He's still moving things, so. Yeah, the Gyro Bomber is going to be an interesting piece. I think I saw some Orc Arrow Boys. Let me go ahead and double check here. You usually want to bring some anti-gyros. You know what? This Orc army, I think, is lacking archers. This could be... The Gyro Bomber could actually be the piece. Because if it can come back here and break the artillery, then the Greenskins are going to be in a bit of trouble. What does he got for the front? He's got Longbeards, Thunders, Thorgrim, Gotrek. Yeah, very much like dependent on Gotrek and Thorgrim. They're very expensive, so those guys are going to have to carry you into the sunset. Carry them into the sweet, sweet sunset. About to gonna eat some tater tots after the stream. We're eating that apocalypse food. growing a disgusting beard, filthy mustache. Just look horrible right now. Oh my goodness. Like yesterday, there was a moment when I was walking past the bathroom mirror. It's like a full mirror, like body. You can see your whole body. And it was from the profile. So I had like my belly sticking out. I had like just a dirty neck beard and then like my mustache. I was like, what have I become? What have I become? The Gyro Bomber going to be opening up, but Arrow going to be flying in instantly. There's no Goblin Archers, and immediately, oh, look at this! Arrow Krasik with the Ranger Vanguard! So the Ranger Vanguard back here is doing good damage here against the Hammer of Gork. And are they going to be able to finish it? The Greenskins do have their Boar Boys coming back here, but if the Rangers are able to get the Hammer of Gork, that is going to be Value City. And then suddenly the Greenskins are going to have to come in. Arrow might be the first one to win 2 games. He might be with that pick right there. That's really nice. So the Goblin Rocklobber crew taking a bit of damage here, but they're about to get scorched by the pigs, for sure. I would imagine that the Gyro Bomber should be able to finish off this Hammer of Gork here. And here comes the pig charge. These Brave Rangers, at the very least, they're going to take a beating, but they're going to be forced off the map, so not too many of them will fall. So at least their fate is decent. But yeah, the Rangers getting absolutely crumped here in the back. But the Goblin Rocklobber crew is down. The Gyro Bomber using its minigun on top, in conjunction with some of the missile pieces in the back. And I think that Arrow is in a dominating position very early. This other Goblin Rocklobber, oh my god, is it going to happen? Come on, give it to us, Arrow. Oh yeah, dropping the rocks here on the Goblin Rocklobber crew. The Gyro Bomber meta, it is happening. And the Goblin Rocklobbers are all gone. There's one left here, but the Gyro Bomber cleaning them up with the Ranger Vanguard. The brave sacrifice of those Dawi will not be forgotten, as it pretty much led to the rest of their army being in good shape here. So in the meantime, the Dwarves are, of course, trying to hold back here. Curse of the Bad Moon going down on top of the Dwarf Warriors back here, and the Squig Hoppers wait in ambush. But now I think Arrow is in a massive, massive advantage here, with all 3 of those Rocklobber crews going down, and the Gyro Bomber is not going to let them get away. It's going to basically just minigun those guys down. Now the Greenskins basically just have to charge with everything. They just have to hope they can bunker bust the Longbeards, which is certainly possible. Longbeards will not hold up well against Black Orcs, but the Dwarven guns, will Grimgor make it to battle? Grimgor's getting shot. Classic Grimgor, charging in by himself, just getting nuked. I do not think Stormrunner is going to do too well here with Grimgor. I think Thorgrim has a bone to pick with him. Dwarven guns are going to be ranging in here, but oh no, Arrow accidentally pulls the Slayers forward, leaving a bit of an opening here for the Squig Hoppers to shut down that Goblobber. But of course the Slayers do want to deal with the Trolls, no surprise there. Oh, but the finesse move from Stormrunner, he gets in there, he's able to jump on top, popping the wall at the same time. That Goblin Rocklobber crew is probably going to get munched on. Nice play there by Stormrunner, despite being on the ropes. Now the rest of his army is coming in a little bit behind. Grimgor is in combat, a little bit beat up, but now comes Big Papa Thorgrim. The guns here able to just make mincemeat here of these Trolls. Trolls just getting absolutely destroyed. Orc War Boys coming for a downhill charge here. Going to be getting in there, and Norgrimling's Ironbreakers are certainly in a bit of a precarious position, as they're now being beaten on by a horde of Trolls. But in the back, though, Stormrunner able to get actually a really, really good pick. So does the Curse of One continue? Is Arrow Krasik somehow going to let these Squig Hoppers just destroy his back line? Curse of the Bad Moon going down once again. What kind of damage are we going to get here? It does get right on top of those gun units, doing some decent HP damage, but nothing crazy. It's not a very powerful spell. But Grimgor has fallen. Grimgor is down. The Chief has fallen. Thorgrim and Gotrek were able to just beat the brakes off him. Grimgor just an absolute piece of crap, as usual. Crimson Kill is here, will be very strong, sneaky stabbing, making those guys into a raid boss, but the Dwarves, I think, are in a very dominant position. Black Orcs are coming in, but the guns are all relatively safe now. The Dwarven crew might even come back for the Goblobber, who knows? We will see. So here we have the Warlords boys coming in, getting ready to try and weave through the seam here and get on top of the Thunderers. The Black Orcs might be able to grind this game out. Hard to say. Crimson Kill is, like I said, are a beast mode unit, like beast mode. They will cleave through Ironbreakers with the magic support especially. 45 melee attack. Ironbreakers here are pretty close to the end. The Trolls have come back as well. We'll see if Stormrunner is able to rally here and get on top of the Dwarven missile line. And it looks like the Slayers are going to rush in. Dragonback Slayers, again, a hard counter against Trolls, so these Trolls are going to have a really bad time here. And the Slayers are very heavily saturated into the ideal targets. Granted, Stormrunner really just kind of clicking through, trying to get as many units as you can on top of the gun pieces. Yeah, you have Squig Hoppers piling in. And the Black Orcs are doing pretty well. Ironbreakers are almost down. You got Crimson Kill is here. This gun line actually compromised. A bunch of nasty Skulkers able to get back here. And honestly, Stormrunner might still have a chance in this game. Just imagine if Stormrunner had brought an actual Lord instead of Grimgor. This could have been a very, very different game for sure. Here, the Thunder is here, getting shanked. Black Orcs pushing back. Ironbreakers are broken. That's something you almost never see. However, the dreaded Gyro Bomber up in the sky lurks. preparing to drop some fat loads here on the face here of these trolls and pigs and squigs and different things that are lurking around the battlefield. I would imagine he's going to go after the Black Orcs. A nice bombing run right there. Thorgrim, of course, going to be pretty durable against the bombing, so you could just fly over Thorgrim's head and really take those guys out. But the Gyro Bomber doing some work this game, I have to say. Up to 12 kills. Gotrek still in really good shape as well. No Felix Jaeger. But the Greenskins pretty much in mass exodus now. I think the Bombers finishing off the Black Orcs is going to be enough to end the game. And it looks like the Dwarves, the brave Dawi, should be emerging victorious, though, not without losses, as these Squigs push in. But the Slayer coverage has been really good from Arrow. The Slayers rush in. They're going to be able to tear apart these Squig Hoppers very, very quickly, for sure. You can see the Squigs already have lost like 700 HP in a matter of seconds. The Greenskins in mass exodus, couple Black Orcs, of course, are the last bastion of hope, but Arrow Crastic with the bombing run once again, dropping a fat load on the face of those Crimson Killas. Beautiful play there. And Thorgrim able to claim victory against the Greenskins. The Curse of 2 is broken. Arrow Crastic is going to be our first player to get 2 wins here on today's stream, on the meme stream. And now, let us go ahead and update the card here. No, Saranska, I love Mountain Blade, but, you know, I know my channel's focused on Total War, and I love Total War as well, so we got to do it. The Bomber was so good. It was so good and tasty. All right, guys, let's get serious. Now it is time for an ambush battle. We're going to do, not Helmfen. We'll do Marbad's Tomb. I don't know who's going to be the ambusher. We'll find out. So next up, guys, we have Flying Taco. Flying Taco, if you're watching. Booker says, the title says only terrible maps, but I see nothing but gold. Yeah, I know. It's honestly really fun. It is the ambush battle, guys. Arrow Crastic is our leader for today. He's got 2 wins. That's quite an accomplishment. Can he get 3? I don't know who's going to be the one ambushed. Yeah. Well played, Stormrunner. You tried, but Grimgor lost you the game, as usual. When you play, you always need to bring like Goblin Wolf Rider archers or something to deal with them. Yeah. Ambusher is the attacker. So let me go ahead and open up a slot. Let's have you guys switch. Can we do this? Oh, there we go. No. Don't switch. Oh. Okay, we can do that. Okay, so let's switch this back. Nope, he's going. All right, perfect. All right, all good. So, guys, we're doing an ambush battle. It's going to be Arrow Crastic against Flying Taco. We have a donation coming in from Lich109 saying 5 Canadian bucks. Thank you, man. So how do the dwarves get their gyro bomber underwater? And how do they get it out of that air pocket? Dude, they must have gone into that air pocket, built the gyro bomber, and then fought the battle. Bonry Swirl, make the king defend. The king is defending. Don't worry. Arrow Crastic is defending. Yeah, I actually have the ability to flip it, which I did not know. Lizardmen, Chaos, and Norsca for Arrow Crastic. So he's picking factions that have like no missiles. Yeah, which is smart. We're on Marbad's Tomb. You can again, if you want. You can do the same factions over and over. We have nothing against that. That's a blue map, by the way, Falcon. What is it? What do you mean by that? The Gyro Bomber play was epic. The Gyro Bomber play was quite legendary. Arrow making a beautiful use to take out those Black Orcs. The Dawi submarine. Oh, man. Now Arrow really being tested here. He has to fight an ambush battle against a top-tier player in Flying Taco. I don't know how this is going to go. Lizardmen, Chaos, and Skaven. And now his opponent will do a little bit of pick and ban action here. Waterproof. Dwarven Scuba Engineers. Bonry, thank you, man. No worries, brother. Really appreciate the donation. Thank you guys for joining today. If you're enjoying this meme of a stream, we have 327 likes at the moment with over 1,000 people watching. Let's see if we can pump that bad boy up to 500. Let's karate chop it into the sunset. Just pretend you're Steven Seagal, you know, breaking a neck, snapping a wrist. Get in there. Do it to it. It's great. What was that, darling? Steven Seagal snaps the elbow. He does wrist too, though. He does wrist locks. But elbows, though. He does everything. Everything. Does the Tormentor sword on a Footlord work on flying units? I believe it does. The Dawi submarine is here. So it's going to be Lizardmen banning Chaos, and then he picks Lizardmen and bans Chaos. So what is he... Oh, please don't give me a mirror match. Please, no. Why do you guys do this? Oh, God. Not mirror, please. I see him sitting on the sub-faction here. Oh, come on, please. Please don't do it to me, Taco. You monster. You're the attacker. Come on. We got to apologize to Steven Seagal for making fun of him last weekend. Tormentor, I'm pretty sure, does work on flying units, yeah. This has been wild. You once ate an entire pizza, Sykes? Oh, dude, I've eaten several pizzas. Come on, man. I'm sure you've done more than that. No. No, it's going to be a mirror match. Oh, God. Why? Why? Why do they do this? You know what Arrow's going to do? Carl says it's not my fault, Turin. No. No. Why? He picked lizards into my lizards. Oh. Arrow did it. Taco says it's not his fault. Okay, so Arrow Krasik, that's right. Arrow picked lizards into his lizards. Oh. So basically, I think what Arrow will probably do is just spam like Temple Guard and like a full melee army. So we have our first ambush battle of the stream. The ambush battle is going to be like the hill that people have to like climb to get to the next tier. It is a really fun stream for sure. I think we've discovered a new format that you guys like. This pleases the god of change. It does, Rado. It does, dude. Oh my god. Bonry says, Turn, if I weren't out of work... Oh, dude, no, please, man. No worries, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate any support. The Dread Saurian Smashdown. Well, Arrow's army will have to be deployed in like a big Haggard spaghetti line, and it has to march, and then he literally just gets counter-deployed. Like, in every single way by his opponent. It's rough, dude. If the ambusher, if the person being ambushed can win against... Like, that's so impressive. We have someone else in here. We had Orion stream joining. I saw, I believe that's a Russian content creator joined the stream. I don't know how long he was here for. But did you guys see that? Orion stream was here. He's a Russian YouTuber who does like tournament scenes, play for Russians. Or in Russian language, I should say. Yeah, he was just here. Probably close that slot. I mean, if he messages me, I'd be happy to have him here, but it might cause some lag. Tic-tac-toe. You know what? If Arrow went for like a full Air Force, like and just didn't care about his troops on the ground, like, oh my god, what if Arrow goes for like Temple Guard and then like all flyers, right? So who cares about the ambush? That would be really interesting. So Flying Taco is playing the Spirit of the Jungle. Oh, stretching out the old shoulders. I'm tempted to like after this is over, like stream Mountain Blade. I'm just so hooked on it. Yeah, I've been a full-time YouTuber for, I don't know, almost 2 years. Yeah. It's great. I love it. If he messages me, I'd be happy to have him. He seems like a great guy. I mean, I can't understand his streams, but he seems really nice. Yeah, dinos are obviously very good against ambushes because they're like durable. I think like lizardmen are really, really good in the ambush fight. Stegodoned. Yeah, that's funny. Do a stream with Orion and Hora del Saqueo? Yeah, I would do it. If they message me and were interested, for sure. So Arrow's really fine-tuning this build here. It looks like he's ready, and now we're loading in Arrow Krasik against Carl, who's, for anyone who's wondering, that is Flying Taco. So, yeah. Gonna grab some water from the kitchen, guys. be back in just a second. Be back in 1 second, my friends. Alright, I'm back. Wookie was barking at me. I'm not sure if you guys heard that. He's like, get out of here, dude. You're not allowed in the living room until after 5 p.m. Oh my god, what is it going to do for... What? Why? What? Are you guys seeing this? This must be a bug. Antonius, thank you so much for the 200 SEK. Guys, I can't see anything. Yeah. Let's do a different map. Oh. Taco, can you see? He says all ambushes battles are like this in the beginning. Okay. So it's like it's trying to hide. Taco, can you see? I've never done an ambush battle like on stream, so I'm not really sure if this is normal. So you can basically see Arrow's caravan here. And we can kind of see the units. Yeah, he's got Shredder of Lustria. So Arrow thinks that when we start the battle, we'll be able to see, because it looks like Taco is deploying right now, so I think he can see just fine. So this is like their way of like trying to hide the deployment, I guess. But like you can still see everything, sort of. Okay, so he can see, that's fine. So I think just Arrow and I are in the dark. Oh my god. This is so ridiculous. Oh, guys, look. We get the full-on ambush cinematic. Oh, yeah. Alright. So here's Arrow's supply lines. Oh, and here comes the ambush. Oh, and Dreadsaurian duel right out of the gates with double Stegodons ramming him in the back. That was just... Oh my god, this is so jankety. So Arrow has a Slan Mage of Life. Looks like the Lord here is probably going to be Nakai, I would imagine. Yeah, it's Nakai the Wanderer with the Primal Roar. So we have a Dreadsaurian duel in the center. We have double Stegodons here. Feral Clever Girls. And yeah. I mean, I don't really know what to say. They're really hard to tell apart here. But as far as Carl's army, Taco has a lot of red cuts, Skinks, and Temple Guard. Temple Guard on both sides, obviously, knowing it's pretty tough. I think a lot of it might come down to who wins the Dreadsaurian duel, though. We'll see. The double Stegodons certainly aren't jokes. They can run over Temple Guard pretty well. So Flying Taco's Dreadsaurian here is certainly on the ropes. Arrow does have the Shredder of Lustria, so he does have the better quality Dreadsaurian. But it seems like the Ambusher is doing pretty well. Temple Guard are holding across the board, as are the Cohort of Sotek. But the double Stegodon proven to be really strong, and Aerocrastic does get his Saurus Scarvet beaten down really, really badly. He has a Slan Mage of Life, so he's going to have pretty good longevity here, but the Bounce of Power is already pretty heavily in the favor of the attacker here. This is so haggard. Oh my god, I can't believe it. And why did it have to be a mirror match? Oh my god. So Arrow is holding on. He's got his Slan Mage, but Nakai is getting in there and dropping the base. Nakai actually has some really good AoE debuffs. This Primal Roar and then the Miasma of Despair. One Saurus Scarvet on foot is broken off. Arrow definitely needs to get that guy back and try and Earthblood him or something. And it looks like the Slan Mage of Life is also bullied. Nakai must have just been putting a hurting on this guy, but how is this guy broken? Oh, he's terrified off. Interesting stuff. Cold Blood might be able to salvage the situation, but there's a Stegodon right on his tail here. Some Temple Guard are rushing out to try and protect. And the Shredder of Lustria still in Mortal Kombat, winning its duel against the other one, but there's another dinosaur coming. It's like Jurassic Park. The Stegodon ramming the side, 2v1. The frail Dreadsaurian getting help from its sidekick. It's basically like the end of Lost World in which the Velociraptor and the T-Rex team up. Now Arrow is able to get his Scarvet back, which gives him a little bit more punch here in this game. Now, as far as the main fighting goes, I think Arrow might still have a way to scrap back. I mean, if the Shredder of Lustria can carry, maybe. Curse of the Midnight Wind going down, Feral Stegodon is taking a lot of damage, and we do get the Scarvet coming back. Now, Temple Guard for Arrow are very, very damaged. The Stegodons have been able to do some really good work, and we have some feral clever girls coming in as well. There needs to be a regrowth on the Shredder here. There needs to be something to help it. Because it's like, it's just taking so much damage. The Stegodon's really just kind of poking it in the rear here. But is Arrow going to be able to come back? He's certainly on the ropes, down but not out. We do have the feral, sorry, Saurus Scarvet here. Oh my god, what's happening? What? Did you guys see that? Guys, did that feral Stegodon just use mind magic to lift that guy up? What was that? What is happening? So here we have the Shredder of Lustria being very aggressive, going after the feral Dreadsaurian, but the Primal Roar plus Cold-Blooded keeping it from breaking. I think it would have broke otherwise. Nakai is also rampaging. That is not good. And the Shredder of Lustria, is there going to be a regrowth? He needs a heal. This guy has to carry here. He is the main carry. The Shredder of Lustria for the Spirit of the Jungle is broken. And the Saurus Scarvet is able to push back Nakai. That is really, really big. In the meantime, though, Slann is very, very low. Confident at the moment. Really good leadership on this guy. Shredder of Lustria is still going. Man, Arrow might be able to pull this one back, but Nakai is going for the kill. He's going after the Slann. The Slann is very low, but here comes the Shredder. Here comes the Scarvet. Nakai could take a beating here. Cold-Blooded, keeping him going. Here comes the Shank in the back. Nakai able to get another club. Taking him to the club. Shaken, 127. Is Nakai going to be able to finish him? Nakai's trying to pull back. Maybe he should go for the kill on the Slann. Temple Guard are rushing in as well. Oh, and the Stegodon takes out the Slann. So now Arrow just has the Shredder of Lustria, which is very, very beat up. He does have the two Saurus Scarvets, which are in okay shape. But I think the ambush battle is going to be won by the ambushers. The Spirit of the Jungle and Nakai able to come in with the full surround and get it going. Man, what a battle. A huge disadvantage for Aerocraftic, yet he almost got it. Yeah. I think the double Stegodons are really nice. They wrecked the Temple Guard. They wrecked those Temple Guard. Why? No more mirrors. No. No more mirrors. Yeah, the Stegodons were the MVPs. They were able to just hard counter. Oh my god, there was an Arc of Sotek in there too. Yeah, Arrow memed too hard, I think. He memed too hard. All right. So next up, the current king is still going to be Arrow. He's certainly. I'm going to make anyone who wants to beat Arrow's position is going to have to win an ambush battle. That's the new rule. So Flying Taco takes over. But if Taco wants to get here, he's going to have to... we'll give him a regular map for a second game, but to beat Arrow, he'll have to get an ambush battle. Yes. So next up on the list, who do we have? Go ahead and see here. We have Emu Hacker. Emu Hacker is up. Let's go ahead here and pick a map. So let's switch him off ambush battle. But again, if he wants to beat Arrow's record, he's going to have to win an ambush battle. That's how we're going to do it today. Yeah, I'll post the games with Exploding Hamster very soon. It was the best of 3. I've casted 2 of the 3 games. That was horrible for sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, honestly, I think Arrow had the right idea. He did a good job. I think the Arc of Sotek kind of lost him the game, though, a little bit. Like, he needed a little bit something. The Life Slann, his build was good. Like, it was durable. All right, so now we have Emu Hacker. He's here. So what is a terrible map? Hold on. Let me find a terrible map. I'm trying to, like, go from memory here. Like, which ones are just bad. Oh, let's do the Black Tower of Arkin. That one's pretty bad. Oh, Duskwatch Plateau. Lost Vaults of King Lun. Is there one I'm missing here? Hold on. We could do the Moonbow. Oh, Moonbow is pretty bad, isn't it? I don't want to, like, have it bad in terms of, like, being able to watch it. Yeah, well, we'll see how this one goes. We'll do the Moonbow. The Moonbow! Ban one of his. And pick. And then he goes. I don't know what map we want to do. Oh, wait, hold on. Oak of Ages. Oh, man, we haven't done Oak of Ages since Warhammer 1. We're doing Oak of Ages, guys. I'm sorry. It's happening. I don't know what this map even looks like. That's why I'm going to pick it. Falcon, did you enjoy your Black Ark battle, dude? Is this Aristodemos? Is this map really bad? And again, thank you so much, Antonius, for the donation. That's very generous of you, man. Wesley Chartrand, I'm glad that the Dread Saurians lifted your spirits in these dark times. I'm glad to hear that. I'm pretty sure this map is not good. So he's going to take Dwarves and banning High Elves. Dwarves are pretty good on a lot of these bad maps because they can like turtle up in places. We have Lizardmen and Bretonnia. Is the map. Cool. It isn't too bad, is it? I can't remember. No, I never played that Jabba the Hutt. No. I think this... Yeah, I think this map is... It's a cool map. Good map for one player. That's perfect. They're supposed to be bad. Like, and unfair. That's the whole point. I think Aerocrastic might win the stream with just 2 wins. Okay, we'll try it. We'll try the Oak of Ages. It's like a map we never see, so... I don't know. We could... You know, we'll do a really bad subterranean battle, too, I think. Like, we'll find a terrible subterranean map and just do it. Okay. We'll, if anyone wants to beat Arrow, though, they're going to have to win an ambush battle, or else they're going to be doomed to tie him. You know, I thought one of the players in that ambush might go for a full air force to, like, avoid the ground force being pounded. That could have been really interesting. Although I think it wouldn't have worked. The Dread Saurian was a cool choice. But Arrow memed really hard. He brought Shredder of Lustria plus Ark of Sotek. The Shredder didn't do bad, though. Honestly, it kind of beat up the other Dread Saurian and was able to prosper. Okay, Oak of Ages is set. If Carl, a.k.a. Flying Taco, wins this, he will have to play an ambush battle. Versus the next opponent. Oh, man, stretch out them shoulders. Sorry if that was loud, guys. All right, Oak of Ages, here we go. Oh, sparkly water. Don't blow up on me. Yes. This will be interesting, this map. I'm quite curious to see what it's like. And again, guys, thank you so much for your support today. It's been a lot of fun. I love Warhammer. After my Mountain Blade stream yesterday, I actually ended up playing a bunch of Warhammer games. I had my best of 3 versus Exploding Hamster. It was a really good series. Man, he's a really good player. He is a really, really good player. And now here we go, loading in. This map isn't too bad, actually. It's just like, this is actually kind of a cool map. Yeah, we'll see. It depends on the deployment zones, I guess, is really the big factor here. .268, 267. Here we go. I'm resting my hands, Axel, because I'm going to be playing games after. I think after this, I'm going to record some Mountain Blade multiplayer. And that's going to be a circus, so... Because I'm really not good at it. I think the last time I played a Mountain Blade multiplayer game, or Bannerlord, like my first one I played, I think I went like 5 and 6 or something, 5 kills, 6, and I just got wrecked. Like, I was just getting... There are some people in Mountain Blade who've been playing Warband for like, 10 years, and they're just so damn good at the multiplayer. It is like, there's such a skill gap, especially since I can't click that fast. That's why Total War is good for me. You don't have to click that fast, like compared to like a game like that. All right, this is okay, so there's like this weird choke ravine thing, but it's not really that punishing, to be honest. It's certainly unfair, but like in this situation, if the dwarves were up here, it would be way worse. But since the dwarves are kind of down in the open valley here, it makes it a pretty fair battle, to be honest. So, for the forces here of Carl, aka Flying Taco, we have Nakai the Wanderer. We have the cohort of Sotek, Croxagors, a Feral Stegodon. Nakai's not terrible against Tau. He's a bit of a big target, but he can hammer things down. We've got Skin cohorts in the back. We have a Manticore Summoner with Flock of Doom, 2 groups of Ripperdactyls, Croxagors, and Saurus, and that's pretty much it. Now, for the Armies of Amove Hacker, what do we got here? We have a Bolt Thrower, Grumbling Guard, Norgumling's Ironbreakers. He does also have Gyrocopters. Oh my god, double Gyro Bomber! Looks like he might have seen Arrow's game, perhaps inspired, or perhaps it's something of his own device. Oh man. No, ambush is to surpass the winner. Oh, so he's saying he thought he had to survive an ambush battle. Oh no, Flying Taco. Thought he had to. He thought he was getting ambushed by the dwarves, which honestly could be pretty nasty if they surround you with their guns. Just have like all their troops there. Skyhammer, double gyrocopters, yeah. But thankfully for Taco, he does have a couple of Ripperdactyls, which can at least keep those gyro bombers honest. We'll see what they do. Plenty of room between the white line and the dwarven position, so no problems there. And here they come. So double gyro bomber coming in. This is very interesting. For his lord, he has a rune lord, I'm guessing, just to kind of slow things down, which is always a good choice. And the battle's underway. A-move hacker, his glorious Royal Dawi Air Force moving forward. We do have Matscore summons. We do have Flock of Doom, but that's pretty much it. A couple Pterodons would be pretty good. But I don't think he brought Pterodons because he probably wasn't expecting the situation here. In the meantime, you can see the Ripperdactyls are going to be pulling back, being hunted by a massive Dwarven Air Force. The rest of the army taking up refuge in the hill. So basically here what needs to happen is that, you know, the Lizard army needs to just collapse on the Dwarven formation before the Gyrocopters get too much value. So here the Ripperdactyls are just running for their lives. There's no skinks, nothing on the ground to help out here, really. You don't normally see that. Oftentimes to deal with Gyrocopter spam, you just have Pterodons. Like regular Pterodon riders. Ripperdactyls will take a bit of damage here, but how fast are they? So they have 90 speed. Gyrocopters are faster, but if you're chasing the gyros, they can't really shoot you. So I think this is a good play. There are some missile units here on the ground. It looks like some Bugman's Rangers, but honestly, the Bugman's Rangers might get jumped here. Rune of Wrath and Rune popped here. Bugman's Rangers shooting. And it looks like Flying Taco is going to be pulling back, but some of the Ripperdactyls actually do make contact with the gyro bombers. That is not good for those gyro bombers for sure, but yeah, one of them taking huge damage. The Skyhammer, of course, is the target. Taco doing really good job juking, despite the relatively tough circumstances here in this deployment. In the meantime, Ripperdactyls here are doing their thing. Tar pitting a couple of the gyros. One of them is kind of low. Not going to matter too much, though. You really need to finish off models to get your value against gyros. And now you can see here there is going to be a Manticore summon, which is a really good play. Go in for an Alpha Strike, use Manticores, push off the gyro bombers. But Manticores are much slower than gyros, so I don't know if he's going to be able to do too much. The Dwarven army here, I think there's some Ironbreakers mixed in there. No, just Longbeards, and Norgumlings here are on the far side. He does have a Bolt Thrower as well. Here comes the Beat Squad. This is some fat beats by Dre are going to be dropped here on this Dwarven army, I would imagine. Gyro Bomber still shooting in, going after the Feral Stegodon. But now you got to pay the Troll Toll. And honestly, he didn't even lose a Ripperdactyl after all that skirmishing. So really, you know, he's not in a bad position here, to be frank. The Manticore summon used a little bit early. Honestly, maybe sending the Manticore after the Bugman's Rangers could be a nice play. Nakai has been taking bolts to the face. Oh, it looks like the Brimstones are going after Nakai here. Yeah, but here come the Ripperdactyls. Ripperdactyls should be able to push back those Gyrocopters, maybe keep Nakai a little bit healthier. At the very least, he has a way to give himself physical resist. Yeah, and really good play. Manticore here, going after this one. Here, the Pterodons are going after these bad boys, and several of the gyros are temporarily shut offline. I would imagine the other Ripperdactyls should be brought back in. Now, Nakai, is he going to try and drop the base and kill the Rune Lord? Stegodon's charging into the exposed flank here of the Longbeards, although it looks like their charge was halted. And Skinks and Crocsgores with their spanking paddles are now in position, so we'll see if the spanking shall commence. Crocsgores going after Bugman's Rangers should be able to win that fight. Nice pick here. The Skyhammer is taken out here by Flying Taco. He's able to potentially get this. That's a very expensive pick. Skyhammer is not a cheap unit. Nakai, though, is in a bit of trouble, but he's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. He's able to get in there, and he's really laying a righteous spanking here on the Rune Lord. Look at him. Oh my god, Nakai is so alpha. Just punching that dwarf in the face. He's like, I don't even need to use this giant club I have. Let's just punch this Rune Lord in the face. And suddenly it looks like Nakai's Legion is overwhelming the dwarven position. Flying Taco getting in there and definitely putting on a clinic. Keeping this Air Force in check. The Skyhammer is back online, unfortunately, and it's a 1-of-1 model, so it's still at pretty much full fighting capacity. Nakai able to punch that dwarf, and wow. I think the Rune Lord might be gone. That Rune Lord just got evaporated by Nakai. Nakai hits very hard. Let's have 520 plus 60 melee attack, really good AP values. Manticore summons are active, and the dwarves are in a really bad situation, actually. You can see the Crocsgores are still relatively healthy. There's a group here that's in really good shape. The Stegodon's doing a really good job, and Nakai was able to punch the Dwarf Lord so hard in the face that he was sent to Age of Sigmar. Rest in peace. Certainly wouldn't want to be there. So Nakai is here, doing his thing. Still fighting against Longbeards, in good shape now, and there's not too many things that can finish him. We have the Gyro Bomber with a little bit of its AP minigun, but now the Ripperdactyls are happily chasing down the Brimstone gun, getting rid of its anti-large capabilities. If we look around the map, not too much going on. Dwarves just kind of being overwhelmed here. The Crocsgores in the Spirit of the Jungle, and a bit of a spoiler, guys, for the next faction war, Flying Taco is going to be playing the Spirit of the Jungle as the sub-faction pick for that tournament, so. Nakai, though, might go down here. He's broken, taking a bit of firepower. The Gyrocopter, the Hammer, Skyhammer, has really, really heavy machine gun fire. And Nakai, of course, his bane is indeed technology. And Nakai is taken out by the machine gun from the Skyhammer. Block of Doom going down. The Dwarven army certainly quite strong, but the Dwarves are kind of point of no return here. As the Stegodons, the 2 Feral Stegodons are in perfect health. There's no Slayers, there's no guns to kill them. Dwarven infantry are certainly not well equipped for that. And the Dwarven Air Force is pretty much in shambles, just kind of scattered to the winds by the Ripperdactyls, it looks like, yeah. Ripperdactyl Manticore chasing down those gyrocopters there. Dwarves pretty close to army losses. Ripperdactyl's in good shape, finishing off the Skyhammer here. I would imagine Nakai taken out by some, it's like Willem Dafoe in Platoon, making his last stand there. Norgumling's Ironbreakers, of course, will take a while to kill, but Stegodons are really, really good at cleaving through infantry. It's pretty cool to see the Feral Stegodons used. We saw him use this against in the ambush battle against Arrow as well. He was able to have pretty good results. So now, if Flying Taco wins this, which it looks like he will, he is going to have to win an ambush battle to surpass Arrow's record, because it would be unfair to just let him fight a regular battle when Arrow had to suffer through an ambush. So here comes the Kroxigor Beat Squad. The Beats by Dre getting dropped. And the Saurus Warriors here are certainly going to be able to grind down the last of those Grumbling Guard with the help of the Kroxigors. Norgumling's Ironbreakers, you know, probably just leave them for army losses, and that is going to be GG. Well played. Well played, man. Nakai got in there and just beat that Dwarven Lord like a drum. Oh my goodness. The double gyro bomber was indeed ambitious, but so was Nakai, so, you know, memes on both sides. Total War Warhammer 2 Skyhammer. I know. The Skyhammer standeth strong. And Taco, tied for 2. They've wronged us. Yes, they have. So next up on the list, let's go ahead and pull up the name. We have Samurai Warrior. Samurai Warrior, you're up. So now it is an ambush. So now he must suffer the ambush. Let's go ahead and put him on, I'm trying to find like a really ridiculous ambush map. You can do the Galleon's Graveyard for an ambush battle? Wow, okay. We're gonna do the Great Forest. I don't know what this is, but it looks like a horrible, narrow ambush battle. Alright, so Samurai is ambushing. He's ambushing. And we're on the Great Forest. It's just like some weird choke ambush map. So, Carl, pick 3. Alright guys, we're on the Great Forest. Ambush meme time. He came with the anti-ambush battle. Yeah. The Gyro Bomber meta. The Gyro Bombers are 1 for 1 or 1 for 2 today. They've won 1 and lost 1, so they've done pretty well. They'll be shocked to know that Samurai Warrior isn't a real Samurai Warrior. Yeah. Probably not. So, Arrow, this is it, man. If Taco loses this, then you guys are tied more or less for first place. We have Anticity as the last player on the stream. And of course, yes. Lizardmen are really good in ambush battles, I think, because they're so durable. So he's going to do Lizardmen, Tomb Kings, and Dark Elves. I think that, you know, I think if he gets Dark Elves, he's going to go for the Marathi Death Star build. I'm really curious what Samurai Warrior is going to do here. The Pride of Italy, with the Samurai Warrior coming in hot. And another ambush battle, guys. It is a tunnel ambush, yes. This is a Beastmen tunnel map, yeah. It's a Beast Path, yeah. Somebody in chat's having flashbacks to Beastmen ambushes. Yeah. I mean, he could be a samurai. You never know, yeah. Maybe he self-identifies as a samurai. This stream has been really good today. I'm really enjoying this. This has been an absolute circus. The Samurai Warrior. So now Samurai, Sam, ban 1, and pick. Pick Dark Elf. He picks Dark Elves and he bans Tomb Kings. So I think he's gonna go for like a huge missile surround, like with a bunch of shades and stuff. If Flying Taco goes for like a Lizardman pick here, I think Taco wants to play the Spirit of the Jungle though. I'm really curious how he's gonna deal with this. Maybe he'll just go super wide with Saurus and just not care about the missiles, because like Dark Elf ambushes are pretty scary, like with shades and like dark shards and you know, all that kind of play they can get. But it is a very close quarters map. Like, this map is, like, right up in your face. So we'll see. H is the last samurai once he sees the rattling guns, yeah. Of course we get the reference. Of course we do. This is a Beastmen tunnel map. Okay, so if we do have a tie with, like, several people, we can do an FFA at the end. Like, if Anticity or Samurai Warrior end up in a tie with them, we can do that. Andrew Gibson, yeah, that was a really good game. That was a really fun one. We had a good time with that. The Goblin battle from today. All right, perfect. And what is the ambush going to hold? In the Great Forest, the Beastmen Underpath, long forgotten in the books of history in Warhammer 1. But being revived here on stream today is this old map. Very excited to be here. We could do an FFA. It depends. So shades just have really heavy AP values. So the idea is that you just get a ton of punch. Yeah, like dark shards are cool and all, but dark shards have less weapon damage or less missile damage and less. I think they have about the same proportional values, but the shades hit harder. So it's more just like you can just hit even harder with the shade ambush. But dark shards are equally viable for sure. Both work. You don't need stock and Vanguard. Very correct. There's two sides of that coin. Shades just hit quite a bit harder, so they can alpha strike in a really mean way. I think their weapon strength is like 36 and Dark Shards is like 20-something. So Carl says, let's try this. Could be awful. And Samurai Warrior is preparing the ambush. The one being ambushed is ready before the ambusher here, but yeah, we gotta see. Oh my god, an all ambush King of the Hill. So the ambusher is the side that I dictate. So if you look at the top here, you can see the attacker is the one doing the ambush, and this guy's being ambushed. I can switch it by just clicking on the swap attack and defenders here. So, yeah. We should have the final game of the Ever-Chosen be an ambush battle. That would be really funny. Oh my goodness. He says, wait, I have a better idea. And then he switches. Oh my god. Oh my god, what's going to happen here? Because, like, the thing is, Samurai Warrior sees everything. He sees every unit, where it is. It is so, like, so rough for the one being ambushed. But, you know, Flying Taco is certainly capable of winning. Arrow almost pulled it out, you know, against an equally skilled opponent, right? So, we'll see what happens. Malice and Nakai. It's happening. Our Bannerlord multiplayer is 1v1. There's a couple ones. In Bannerlord, there's like 3 or 4 multiplayer types. You have the big castle. You have a siege battle. You have a skirmish, which is like what Warband used to be, just like fighting in a village, basically in the streets with a team. You have one where I think you command an army as well. Like, so it's one-on-one, but oh my god, what is this? Oh, they start all on one side. That's interesting. You can see the Great Forest here. So why can I see it this time? See, I'm able to see it. I think it's because I switched the attacker side to. It always puts player one. It always puts player one on the same like kind of control panel as the. Okay, so I can actually see the ambush this time. All right, so if we look at the forces here of the lizards, they got Nakai, Skink Priest, Cohort of Waddle. Oh my God, Power Fist Croxagors into the sunset with a bunch of red crusted skinks. So a very meaty rush army. So I think he's gonna just be like, I don't care if you're ambushing me. I'm gonna turn around with a million Croxagor Power Fists and just charge your army. So Samurai Warrior, he's got spears, he's got Blackguard, he does have a couple repeater crossbows in the back, which is an interesting choice considering he's like so close. A couple Harpies as well. Oh my god, he does have the Raven's Herald from Samurai Warrior, what a hero. So yeah, I guess the kiting could come into play here. There's not too much room to kite. But it could be. Malekith up in the sky, I would imagine. Harpies, and that's it. Alright, so it's not going to be as much of like a collapsing ambush. Granted, what would be really nasty would be to have like a bunch of Cold One Knights here and just like blitz them into the Croxagors. Although Croxagors will hit hard back for sure. We got a Beastcaster. Taco has to react very, very quickly here. Like very quickly. Oh my god, look at these. What are these mushrooms? Like underground. If. Alright, this is the ambush battle. The Croxagor lines are ready. I was hoping it would give us like the cinematic view. It like puts me down with Nakai marching. Absolutely terrible maps being performed today. Malekith's really good here. You can see he's just going to like pop a fat Soul Stealer right in the head. He might even go and fight Nakai right away. Nakai can put up a decent fight. Cycle charging is his issue, but Nakai basically has the same weapon strength as like a character like Malekith, which is pretty insane. He's just a little bit overpriced, and obviously his mobility is an issue. Yeah, so since I'm on the side of the Samurai Warrior, it doesn't make me do that. So the ambush is underway. The Druchii advance from the tree line, the Black Guard rushing to intercept the Kroxigors, and Nakai just getting worked on by Malekith right out of the gates here. So a brutal start to the ambush, as the Skinks are horribly out of position. You can see Taco's trying to pull the Skinks up here, and then pull back the Kroxigors. But Malekith kind of in the danger zone a little bit. Nakai might be able to punch him, but the repeater crossbows are just annihilating the cohort of Hwaddle. But the Kroxigors surging back and up and around, trying to get to this position. Primal Roar is active to give them the vigor buff, but Nakai is rampaging as well. So they're rampaging into a ton of repeater crossbow fire. And yeah, I mean, the Skinks are doing a decent job for sure. Kroxigors here really getting pounded. A big Soul Stealer going down as well. And you can see the cohort of Hwaddle is in a lot of trouble. See if he can make it. Is he going to get away? Nakai pulls back, and, you know, Taco is able to kind of get his stuff together up here, in a way. And it looks like some of the Skinks might be able to flank around. He doesn't have anything mobile to really pressure onto the Dark Riders, which is unfortunate. And you know, one thing I'm surprised we haven't seen in these ambushes is, like, mobile armies. Like a mobile army trying to, like, pull away from the ambush, right? Like, get a bunch of mobile units. Anyways, Kroxigor's coming down here, going to be pounding the Harpies. This is a good play by Taco. Basically conceding his losses that he's lost up here, pulling down here and trying to just clean out the scraps on the low ground, staying away from the Dark Riders. He does have the Red Crested Skinks now fighting the ideal targets in the Black Guard, but the repeater crossbow fire and the Dark Shard fire has just been so punishing against the Kroxigor stack. And just like we said, I think if he went super wide with Saris, I think he would have been a little bit better off. I think in the ambush, the big units are very, very vulnerable, especially to a lot of the tools Dark Elves have. But if you just had a bunch of Saris and a super wide army, I don't think the initial start would have been as punishing. Manticore Summon being used back here, going after some of the Dark Riders. Now, it's a very small map, so if the Dark Riders do rout, or terror rout or anything like that, it can be very, very nasty. And now the Kroxigor train is rolling. He's coming up here and trying to flank into the side of the Black Guard with his big Kroxigor bus, but I think he needs to go after the Dark Shards, which he sees. And now it's time to get power-fisted, as the Dark Shards here are going to be taking a beating for sure. So here comes the Sacred Kroxigors charging up the high ground. And yeah, just rocks being punched into these guys. They are going to get killed very, very quickly. Malekith, in the meantime, looking. Another Soul Stealer here would probably end the game. It'd be very, very nasty, at the very least. Repeater crossbows from Samurai Warrior have been doing a really good job. Be able to get some really good shots downtown into the Sacred Kroxigors. Breath Attack coming in as well. And those Kroxies are certainly having a very, very bad time. Now they're going to be charging into the back of the Black Guard, trying to avoid the repeater crossbows pretty much at all costs here. The Skinks from Taco are going to be pushing up, trying to screen out the repeater crossbow play from Samurai Warrior, which has been very nasty. And a Primal Roar has been activated, I think, or maybe they're just rampaging. Yeah, they're just rampaging. And they're rampaging, unfortunately, into Black Guard, which are a very nasty unit, so we'll see how that goes. Black Guard are kind of crumbling down, though, finally getting a little bit low. Skinks are pushing up into the high ground, screening back all the repeater crossbows, which is very, very juicy. Dark Shards are taken offline. Lizards might be able to win some engagements down here with another Manticore Summon, perhaps. The Manticore Summon coming in does pull the Bounce Fire back towards the middle, buys a little bit of time. And Nakai's going balls deep here, going after Malekith. Super risky, especially since Soul Stealer is almost 100% off cooldown right now. But the Manticore Summon, where will it be sent? We haven't seen it being used yet. Where is that Manticore Summon going to go? So Nakai here, Primal Roar is activated. And he gets punted into another dimension, which is fine. Manticore going in, going after Malekith, and Nakai, I think, is still rampaging from his own Primal Roar. Now we got the Skinks, though. Honestly, this is really good. The little Skink cohort's doing a great job pushing up here and keeping all these guys at bay. If only that could have happened earlier, but there really wasn't any way for him to do that from what I saw. Nakai's still fighting. He's shaken. Nakai has pretty good leadership. And you can see the Black Guard are getting worn down. A very good fight for sure. Certainly a Pyrrhic victory for both sides. Malekith being in good shape here at this point is brutal. Soul Stealer coming in. That probably will trigger army losses. And that's going to be it. GG, a nice attempt there, but I don't think anybody's cracked the code on ambush battles quite yet. But yeah, I think the Kroxigors were a mistake for sure. Against like all the Dark Shards and missile play, that was really nasty. Carl says, what a massacre, GG. Yeah, it's hard. Because that initial damage, the cohort of Hwaddle being beaten down that badly was like, oof. Yeah, the cohort of Sotek is the last one fighting. And we'll see. Samurai Warrior is going to be facing Anticity. So Flying Taco. And is going to be tied with Arrow. Perhaps we'll have to settle this with a big old FFA at the end. Arrow / Taco. Nakai's definitely a suboptimal pick too. Like if he had brought like a Slan with a bunch of dinosaurs, it could have been different, right? So now we have Samurai Warrior versus Anticity. We're going to put Samurai. He did do pretty well there, Falcon, considering. Absolutely, I agree. Taco really scrapped with what he had, but the Corbel and Nakai have a ping pong contest. All right, so now we go back to the land of the free here. We'll put him on. What is another bad map here? What is like just an atrocious map, guys? What is an atrocious map? Hold on. We'll put him on the Temple of Huanchi. I'm trying to think of like which ones are really bad. The King's Glade. The King's Glade is a huge map, I think, right? Thieves Hideout. Oh my god, what is this? Oh no, you know what we need to do? Hold on. Subterranean. Let's put him on just like some jankety subterranean battle. Oh my god, volcanic channels. Guys, we're doing the volcanic channels here. Oh wow, look at this. Warp Shard Caverns. Guys, we're doing the Warp Shard Caverns. Look at that atrocity of a map. Oh my god. Samurai pick 3. Anticity's like, LOL, what a map. Oh my god. Alright, the Warp Shard Caverns. We figured it out. We've cracked the code. No, guys, I got the map. I got this one. No, this is going to be good. I've been enjoying Bannerlord a lot. It's super addictive. It's super addictive. Yeah, so right now we're doing the Warpstone Caverns. Stamos is loving the stream. I think he's been here the whole time. Oh, man. What's up, Wicked? Back from work? Good to see you, man. Hope you're staying safe out there, brother. Stream's been going for about 2 hours. I'm hitting the 3-hour mark, which is a nice comfort zone here. Yeah, Wicked, it worked out well, huh? Guys, we were doing the jank maps. Croxus Smash memes cannot even carry you against such reckless maps. No, they can't. All right. So Anticity is banning Beastmen and going Jawi. Or he's going Clan Angren. And Samurai Warrior can now pick between Dark Elves or Vampire Counts, which he'll probably go for Dark Elves on the Warp Shard. This is going to be good for Dwarves. They're going to be able to form a really nasty choke. Oh, man. Hold on. Is he going to be the last samurai? Yeah, Aristodemus has been helping me, Wicked. Yeah. This is a quest battle for Queek. It is. Yeah. It's when he goes to like take out the Skaven Warlord. It's not for the Warp Shard armor, it's for the Head Taker. No, wait, this one is for Warp Shard armor. Yeah, I think it is. Wait, is it? Is it Dwarf Gouger? Can't remember. I just played this campaign too. He's going Vampire Count. Samurai Warrior, interesting. Good to be playing. He has a lot of pillars to hide behind too, which is cool. So we'll see how that goes. Kim C, hey, fair play. It's not for everyone, you know. Romulan Dog says the Council of 13 approves of this map choice. Savage War Crush, do it. Yeah, Risto, you need to get the subterranean battles, dude. They're so bad for multiplayer. So if Samurai Warrior wins this, he'll have to win an ambush battle against our first reserve player, which is Ice Power. And we have Aneurysm Sauce, Hadries, Wicked D, if we get that far. We will see how this goes. I think it's winnable for counts. Certainly tricky. Clan Angren does have those ghostly characters that can beat down Banshees. Oh my god. It's for the Warp Shard armor? Yeah, that's right. Okay. A Savage Orc Rush against Dwarves. That is so jankety. Oh my god. Although in my Clan Angren campaign, I fought Wurzog early and I was like laughing at him, but then I was like, oh, he can't kill my 4 ghost characters. And then I realized his entire army had magic damage, his Savage Orcs, and I just got crumped. I was like, oh god. That was like the worst. Oh, we almost lost that campaign, but we came back and got it. Oh, let's stretch it out, boys. Ugh. Zombies for days. There probably will be a lot of zombies, Riverbank. I don't know. Against dwarves, Graveguard with Grey Opens, Black Coaches, Vargulfs. That's the usual kind of forte you see. Anticity might... He's a really good dwarf player. Grudges will probably be settled. We'll see. If Samurai wins, he fights a subterranean battle. If Anticity wins, then... we have a two-way tie right now, so not quite enough for an FFA, but if we... Yeah, Wicked, I added you, of course. You said you wanted to. I got you, man. So yeah, it's Ice Power, Aneurysm Sauce, Hadries, and Wicked are on the reserves right now. This is a cool map, actually, yeah. I mean, if it weren't so narrow, it could actually be a cool multiplayer map, because it's actually symmetrical, so you can, like, if it were wider and just open, you could, like, really have some cool interactions with the terrain pieces. It'd be kind of cool to see that, like, more maps that have fair terrain for both sides, because many of the multiplayer maps are just, like, trees and flat, you know, flat terrain. Hey, Iris T, you're welcome. It is Clan Angren. The Ghost Heroes are immortal, so even though my army got wiped, they all came back, which was good in that campaign. For Angren! For the ancestors! Van Beastmen going Dowie. Clan Angren, Vampire Counts. I'm kind of curious about some of the other ones that we have here. Yeah, just like a lot of straight ones. Warpblade Tunnels. Ooh, this one looks... Oh, that's one of those like terrible ones with the trees. Ugh. Lord Croak's Temple. Oh my god, Lord Croak's Temple could be pretty good too. Just kind of peeking around. Seeing the maps while we wait here. Tomb King's maps, yeah. We could do the Black Tower of Arkan isn't a bad one. Like, it's really weird. So that's one that we could kind of punch in there and potentially do. Thanks for hanging around, guys. I know Mountain Blade is out. It must be tough to not play it. People have been waiting for years. But yeah, it's good to see you guys. Somebody in chat. Lokir, Felhar, big fan here. Love your whole Dread style, bro. Yeah, Lokir is definitely a bro. Just raiding and pillaging with the lads. Players still making their picks here. Must really be calculating their decisions. The dwarves certainly have some line of sight blocking. Anticity is ready. Samurai Warrior, probably about ready as well. I don't think the builds are too dynamic against dwarves. Typically a couple of Fellbats to kill gyrocopters and harass missiles. Graveguard with Grey Opens. Double Vargulf is really strong. Especially because like he can use the pillars to hide the Vargulfs out of line of sight and heal them. So there's like a lot of areas that Samurai Warrior can actually really prosper here. But I'm telling you, Anticity is a very good dwarf player, so this is not going to be easy for either player. Okay, we're good. Let's fire it up. We're on the Warp Shard Caverns here for our next map. Let the games begin. Let the memes commence. Let there be justice in this cold, cruel world. Warp Shard Caverns. Another jankety subterranean battle map. Man, we've seen some pretty bad ones today. I wonder what the worst map of the day is. What do you guys think? Of all the maps we played today, what has been the worst one? Probably the Black Ark one, like in terms of fairness. Although honestly, it wasn't that bad for that battle. I don't know. It was kind of a weird thing. It's a very dimly lit map, guys, so it's going to be a little bit hard to see what's going on. But for the forces of Samurai Warrior, Graveguard, Stearnsman, Great Weapons, Vargulf, we got Vlad von Karstein, Double Banshee. They still have good AP values despite the 25% mitigation. Fellbats up in the sky, and that's it. So yeah, pretty good army. There's a corpse card as well. Now for the dwarves, oh my god, look at the distance they have to travel. This is far. For Clan Angrent, you have a front line of dwarf warriors, longbeards, a massive gun line, 5, the Penta Thunderer. We do also have a cannon, and it looks like an organ gun. Oh my god. Oh, with the ghostly Master Engineer, knowing that he can really juice up these artillery pieces. Belagar Ironhammer as well. What's really cool is this guy has magic ammunition, so if he fights the Banshee, or shoots the Banshee, it can do a ton of damage. That's really cool. So we have Penta Thunderer, Double Cannon, Master Engineer, Ghost, Dremar Hammerfist, and in the back we got some Dwarf Warriors as well with the Slayers supporting. Oh my god, what is this formation? He's like, let them come. Now, if Samurai Warrior is really careful in the advance, he could like come up and around the side here and like hide behind the pillars to really line of sight the cannons, which he 100% should do. When you're playing on terrible maps, you have to use every advantage you can possibly get. Otherwise, it's just like, if you just march right down the pipe, the Dwarven gun line is just going to massacre. Although if we look at the line of sight here, it's not the best, honestly. These guns are going to have some line of sight issues initially, which I remember from my campaign. My slingers were having a lot of problems getting line of sight here on this map. It's a really cool build, though, by both players. Definitely seeing the ghostly Master Engineer. And you can see he's right in the center. He's actually looking to give the ballistics calibration to all these gun units to just get massive, massive value from that. Good luck, have fun. So far, a two-way tie between Flying Taco and Arrow. Nobody's been able to surpass 2 because we put a new threshold of having to defeat ambushers. I'm curious to see what people will come up with. I think there's a way to win the ambush battles. It's obviously a massive disadvantage every time. Okay, so the Dwarven army is advancing. The organ gun and the cannon is in front. It looks like he's going to kind of take up this choke here, and now Samurai Warrior is marching right up the pipe with Vlad. Vlad is, perhaps confidence maybe his downfall as he marches into the Dwarven firepower here. We'll see. Man, I have like light shining into my room from outside, and it's like blinding my screen. Anakin, I'm too weak, I can't see. Jamar Hammerfist leading the mighty organ gun cannon battery. The Penta Thunderer certainly would be pretty vulnerable against certain types of attacks. But in this case, I think anything that comes close is just going to get mowed down by those 5 Thunderers for sure. Dwarf's trying to get a better position. I think right here is really good. Like right here. Because you'll notice there's a dip. But if you're here, this is like a high ground position. You'll be able to draw a line of sight with your Thunders for the most part. The Vargulf's going around. Graveguard going around the side here. So you can see, yeah, a lot of the infantry for the Vampire Counts are going around. Whereas up the center, it's mainly, it's still some stuff. He's got Graveguard pushing up and Sternsmen and Banshees. So he still has most of his power pushing up the center here. The Fellbats flying over the pillars, trying to intimidate the Dwarves. Organ Gun is opening up, shooting into the Fellbats, but they're super like jankety flying over that warp stone. Not able to make the best contact. So we'll see if the Dwarves are able to start unleashing some firepower into the primary battle line formations here. So the Organ Guns are back here. The Dwarves have decided where their artillery is going to be placed. Really nice. It denies both flanks. So obviously they're able to sit here quite happily. And now Vlad is coming up. Thunders are shooting in. Really nice formation here. Keeping them very tightly packed to make sure they can turn faster. And the Fellbats here take a little bit of a pounding there from those Dwarven guns. Now, Samurai Warrior needs to make sure he doesn't commit the Fellbats too quickly. If he does, yeah, I would honestly just hide them until the main fighting starts and then do like a massive swarm of them all at once. Granted, he's going a little bit early in my opinion, because, oh my god, look at the Dwarven guns just putting down these Fellbats. One more volley might even finish them off. They're actually crumbling. Slayers should be able to chase those guys off. So now comes the Vampire Count main line. Very, very slow because of the zombies in the corpse cart. Basically, you're kind of giving the dwarves a lot of gold for nothing here. The Fellbats, you know, all 4 Fellbats is over 1,000 gold. He does get on the cannons back here, which is that's the better play. But yeah, these Fellbats certainly will be picked off here in just a moment when the Slayers do react. Cannons are shooting in. Looks like they're going into the main line of the Vampire Counts now. We have the Graveguard, we have the Banshees, and oh my god, look at the kill box. Look at the kill box the dwarves have made here. Like on this like ridge, like the center being exposed to allow the missiles to really kind of saturate the center mass. That's like some military tactics going down here, right? So the Vargulf in the meantime hiding behind the pillar. Fellbat still causing some disruptions, but again, I think this is a much better play for Anticity. I mean, they have nothing to shoot at anyways right now, and they're just getting pretty real estate from these Fellbats. I really would have waited till the main line collapsed to take, because that at the very least takes the pressure off the front line here. Organ Gun shooting in, going after the Sternsmen. Sternsmen have taken some casualties. Vlad a little bit staggered back there, but now the Vampire Counts marching right into the Box of Doom. This is not going to be great for them, as the Thunderers, once they finish those Fellbats, are going to wreck the world of these units. Now, what would be extremely epic is if the Longbeards fell back here and then opened up the middle so the Thunderers could shoot in. That would be an incredibly cool tactic. I think the Vampire Counts have some flank pressure, mostly zombies. Bounce of power. Oh! Is he going to get caught? It's a Winds of Death! It's a Winds of Death, guys! And Anticity doesn't see it. Oh, it gets one unit. It mulches them. Man, Anticity reacted just quick enough. Like, had that gotten 2 Longbeards, that would have been a disaster. That entire backline could have been pressed on. That was a nice Winds of Death, though, but is it worth it if it just gets one guy? Probably not. And yeah, you can see the Thunder line. Oh my god, ballistics calibration is active. Accuracy, reload skill, fire, reload, fire! The corpse cart with the unholy lodestone gets evaporated. The Dwarven gun line is just so steroided right now, and it is going to put a punishing amount of fire. Probably going to go after the Banshee now. It's like, screw it. And they have the Jamar Iron Fist. Unfortunately, he's obstructed right now, which is a bit of a problem. If he can get out of that mass there and start shooting, his magic damage would be really nasty against the Banshees. Vampire Count certainly in some trouble. Dwarves are in a very, very good position here. The harassing units are all gone. Longbeards are taking a little bit of work, but I mean, they're fine. They're going to hold. And anything that like crosses this open threshold here from the Dwarven guns is going to get wrecked so hard. So it looks like there's a zombie summon going down, but Vlad is, of course, very slow. And yeah, those zombies are just going to get intercepted by the Slayers. Now we have Dramar. I think he's shooting at Banshees. I would guess that would be his target. This Banshee has taken a little bit of poke. Or are we going to have the ghostly duel between Dramar, Hammer, Fist, and this foul Banshee? You can see the Graveguard just getting wrecked here. And we have the duel of duels. Dun, 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 dun. The ghost fight. Who would have thought we'd see a Haggard ghost fight? Dramar just slapping this Banshee. But taking a little bit of shanking himself. The Banshees come back. Oh, the Banshees are going for the kill. The double Banshee. Are they going to be able to overwhelm the ghost? No, it looks like they're pulling back. And now Vlad von Karstein able to push back Belegar. Vampire counts, what do they have? They have some Graveguard, I think, still fighting. But for the most part, they're... I don't know, it's a little bit rough. This gun line is so scary. Like, this Vargulf, if all the firepower gets switched onto this Vargulf, man, that's going to be brutal. But the gooning attempts could get him back in the game. Like, if Belegar gets gooned here by the Banshees and by Vlad, that'd be huge. Oh, and the gun line opening up here on the Vargulf. No accuracy buffs because Dramar is not nearby. I wonder if he has the ballistics calibration off cooldown. Now the Vargulf is simply going to pull back. You know, I have to say, Samurai Warrior is doing a really good job scrapping despite the circumstances. Like, it's pretty rough. Belegar Ironhammer here. Really getting taken out. And Vlad, you know, and the Banshees might be able to carry this. With Belegar being down, if they can go and assassinate the other character next, keep summoning back here. The Vargulf just being wrecked. The organ gun plus the cannon and the Dwarven missile fire. Oh my god, just look at how much is coming in there. It's so much firepower. But Belegar is down for the count, guys. Is Samurai Warrior going to be able to scrap this? I don't know. I mean, but a lot of the power of the Dwarven army's back here, and if the guns and cannons get compromised or, like, engaged on, that could be a way for the Vampire counts to get back in this game, which is certainly possible. The Vargulf, I think, ran around the bend here, so this is smart. Just hide it back here, let it stabilize, let it heal. That's a really, really good decision. It comes back in the late game, it causes problems, and prosper. So now the two Banshees need to push through. They're pretty durable against missile play, especially with Invocations. Vlad is going to pop Arcane Conduit. And I think both Banshees need to take out the Dwarven leadership now. So now it's suddenly a very different game. The Dwarven backline somehow is a little bit compromised. And Dramar is in trouble. The Dwarven Ghost Ancestor being 2v1. Master Bagama is down. And they do magic damage against him. So the physical resist is nothing here. And the Banshees are just giving this Dwarf the business. Oh my god, is that another Winds of Death note to summon? Okay, I got so excited. Dramar down to 550. Banshees are much quicker. Ballistics calibration popped. But he is down. The Banshees take it out. And Samurai Warrior is climbing his way back into this game. And all the Dwarven Thunders are shooting into the Banshees. But man, those Banshees are so tanky against the gunfire. Vlad is here. Banshees are in relatively good shape. Invocation could heal them. And now Graveguard were finally able to break through the flank. The Vargulf is creeping around the back. Look at it. Just creeping. 1200 HP on that bad boy. Is Samurai Warrior going to be able to pull this out? Maybe. Maybe the Dwarves went too heavy into the gun beams. And the Banshees have been so good, countering the Dwarven Ancestor very effectively. So now Belegar's going to be coming back in. The Dwarves going to be trying their best. Vlad is pushing in as well. I would imagine he has a couple zombie summons, but that Winds of Death certainly cost him a lot of Winds of Magic in the beginning. It did get some decent value by taking out Longbeards, but another Banshee summon, or zombie summon coming in the back. Don't you dare disconnect. This game is way too good. The Organ Gun will now be taken offline. And guys, the balance of power for the first time in the game is in the favor of the Samurai Warrior as the Graveguard are collapsing in here. Over here we have some Dwarves around the flank. Let's keep looking. Oh, and the MLG big brain ambush here from the Vargulf coming in on the Thunders. And yeah, might be able to spank these guys. Granted, this Thunder line might be able to turn and shoot. Belegar is very low right now, 633 here. And the Vargulf is dropping the base and just slapping the chicken here. And you can see these Thunders are in a lot of trouble. Banshees are stable. Guys, I think Samurai Warrior is going to pull this out. I cannot believe it. He was in such rough shape in the beginning. Like, everything was going well for the Dwarves. But his tenacity, the Banshees, Vlad killing Belegar, and as well as the Dwarven Lord, or the Dwarven Engineer, was super solid. So here comes the Graveguard, finally able to get back here. Graveguard should be able to make very quick work here of these Dwarven Thunders. Obviously, Graveguard with great weapons are very good against armored infantry. Banshee up here shanking. And guys, I think that's game. I think Samurai Warrior has done it. So Samurai Warrior, if he wins his ambush battle, he will be the winner of the stream. If he loses, we'll do an FFA between those three players to basically decide who wins if they're still here and if they still want to. Otherwise, if they're not still here, it'll be a three-way tie. Anticity saying, GG, well played. I cannot believe Samurai Warrior won that. What a play. Beast mode indeed. Despite the Dwarves having that nice gunline position and that choke, like, he still scrapped it out with his tenacious heroes. So Samurai Warrior will go up to 2. So now on the list, we have Ice Power. Ice Power. I'm going to see if he's here. It's been a while since he said he was, so we'll check out. We need more Jaka. Big BJ fan, what kind of a question is that? Oh my god. Your best counter to ghost units are ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Yeah, the Winds of Death was so jankety, I loved it. Oh man, Samurai, what a hero. So now, Samurai, you have to suffer the same fate as everyone else. An ambush. So let's see what ambush we want to do. I'm trying to think like which one could be fun here. Grey Guardians. No more dark. No more dimly lit maps, please. Helmfen. Oh, the Abyss. Guys, we're doing the fricking Abyss here. I don't know what this is going to be like, but let's check. Sounds good, Aristodamos. For the worst map, thank you. The Steps of Aisha. Yeah, I know that one. All right, so we'll see if Ice Power is here. If he doesn't respond to me in a minute, then I'll go ahead and prep the next person on the list here, which is Aneurysm Sauce, if you're here. I know you were here earlier. Okay, just messaging the players. It says Ice Power is playing a different game, so you might not see the messages. If that's the case, then Hadries would be next. Hadries. All right, looks like it's going to be Hadries. And then Wicked D. We'll see how this goes. Mark this day in the book. That was a crazy game. Oh man, that was so entertaining. Vlad with the Winds of Death. I know. Yeah, the Banshees were just MVPs though. They did. Anticity played really well, but the Banshees were so good against his hero and his other goodies there. Okay, so we got Ice Power. Ice Power is here. So Hadries, hold up. He was just logging right. Never mind. Okay, so Ice Power. What's up? All right. So Ice Power is on his way. We're going to be on the dreaded Abyss. And yeah. And then after that, we'll have Hadries, because I don't think Aneurysm Sauce is around. Cool. So we're just hanging out, guys. Yeah, we'll swap attackers and defenders. Yeah, we'll do it now, just to be safe. Okay. Oh, man, it's been good. Sotek, I'm doing great, man. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well, too. Good guy, Sotek. Coming in, joining the stream. I'm sure Sotek and I will be doing a head-to-head sometime in the next couple weeks. Sotek, what is the most random, weird lore fact you can think of for chat? Some people here are curious. So Ice Power will be here in a moment. I think he's on my friends list. My friends list changes like every week because different events, and obviously I have a cap on here. So I'll make sure Samurai Warrior knows he's being ambushed. Turin, what would you bring as Coast against Norsca? I could show you the build I have. Yeah, it has been a really fun stream, Wicked. It has been. Let's see if I have him on my friends list. Oh, we do. Okay, great. So I'll invite to lobby. Boom. There we go. So, Samurai, you are being ambushed now, Samurai. Will he be the first to survive an ambush battle? We are on the Abyss. Will this be his pit here? If Ice Power wins, we'll do a three-way FFA. So let me see if Taco... So Taco and Arrow, are you guys... Okay, I see you guys are chilling in chat together, I think. Actually, I don't see Flying Taco in there, so... Nope. He said his launcher crashed, which is a super common problem. So Taco... and then we have Arrow. Ready for a potential FFA. We'll see. If you guys want to. If you don't want to, obviously, then no problem. Okay, Sotek has a random lore fact. He says, whenever an ogre wants to take over a tribe, he has to defeat his challenger and completely eat his opponent. Otherwise, he'll be banished. No siege battles. Siege battles is a whole different kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Be right back. All right, he's coming. He is coming indeed. Yeah, siege battles we would do a different stream with siege battles. It's really hard to win an ambush. I've seen it happen before between two equally skilled players, but it's very, very tough for sure. You gotta really take huge risks with your army pick to win these. Yeah, you are. You. All right. Samurai warrior could potentially be the final lad here, the final to tie it up here. So, Ice, you are ambushing. Sam picks 3. Go, go. It's going to be quite a bit of fun, guys. We're on the Abyss, a map I don't think I've ever done. However, Guy, Ice Power icing the kicker. Now, the thing is, though, is if Ice Power wins it, if Samurai wins it, then he just wins the stream because he'll be pretty much the only person to survive and get to the 3. Cry and Hope, thank you so much for the $10.85. Thanks to all streamers. You help us through a hard and lonely time. Greetings from Hamster Versium. Where is that? Boom. Boom. Thank you so much for the donation, man. I have no idea where that place is you're referencing or what it's a reference to. But thank you, man. Another random lore fact. Grimgor Ironhide has never gone more than 3 days without a fight because after even 1 day, he starts killing all of his own troops. That's why Grimgor is just the worst. Poor Grimgor. Yeah, this has been a great King of the Hill. So you ban 1 and pick. So he gets to ban 1 of the 3. We're on the Abyss. I don't even know what this map looks like. It looks super bad based on the info. I mean, and when I say these maps are bad, I don't mean they're ugly or like they're just not balanced for multiplayer is what I'm essentially saying. He's banning Vampire Coast and picking Dark Elves. Okay. So we have a Dark Elf ambush coming in from Ice Power. And now from the remaining factions, we have Vampire Counts and Tomb Kings. Both, honestly, Vampire Counts can be pretty good. Just like a bunch of Graveguard and like, some Vargulfs or something. Pretty durable. Tomb Kings can be good too. Construct heavy with like Necrotex. You just got to make sure your like characters don't get annihilated too quickly in the front of the column. That's really the hardest part, is defending your front column characters from just getting alpha striked. Like that's what happened with Nakai and the cohort of Waddle. Wordo, I'm glad to hear that, man. Right back at you. Sotek is spoiling us. He is. He's just full of information. And yeah, this is it. It's the final battle for the fate of Middle-earth. So what we'll do is if Samurai Warrior loses this, since Ice Power is on the reserve list, we'll get the 3 people who are tied, and then we'll get Hadrius, who is the next on the list, because obviously I want to give him a chance to play, and he can be the 4th person in the FFA. And then yeah, we'll go from there. We will go from there. But if Samurai Warrior is able to win this ambush, then he'll just win the stream and it'll be over. So we'll see how this goes. You should do a tourney where you pick a meme unit that each player has to build their army around. Yeah, like war wagons. Like they have to bring like 3. Yeah, I've thought about that, Andy. I've thought about that. Mazdamundi once woke up and noticed the stars said Dark Elves were going to invade, so he just created a sentient mountain range that destroyed their entire legion, called the Great Guardians. Yeah, Stardies Part 5 in 5 minutes, yeah. That's a good way to, like, after the stream's over, everyone can just go watch that. All right. It looks like he's ready. Is there going to be an ambush victory? Is somebody going to survive the dreaded ambush? I don't know. The next Warhammer stream we'll probably do, I think over the weekend I might do like a casual Queek campaign to finish my Queek campaign on Legendary. We're almost done. We're definitely 1 episode away from finishing. And then after that, we'll probably do a 2v2 sometime next week. I think I'm going to cool down on the Mountain Blade streams a little bit and just start uploading like PvP footage and things like that from Mountain Blade. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Let me minimize real quick and actually tell them about the FFA. If Sam wins the ambush, though, stream is over. Yeah, Taco and Arrow. Tomb King's definitely a decent choice. Dark Elves have a lot of good tools against Tomb Kings, but I've always felt, as far as the matchup goes, it is Tomb King favored, but a lot of that is because of Bow Shopti, which aren't going to be good in an ambush, so, I mean, you know, there's some variables here. There are some variables. Fun fact, Wood Elves. Durthu was once the kindest of all the forest spirits in Athalorn, but over a millennia has grown so angry with in blooded life that he now hates everyone. I'm ready for food as well. I'm pretty hungry. I'm going to eat some tater tots and hot dogs, a nice American meal. They took our jobs. And here they go. Samurai Warrior versus Ice Power Total War. It begins. The fate of this stream decided by the Samurai Warrior, who's had a really nice victory in the last game. Certainly looked like he was on the ropes. And the dreaded Abyss. Oh my god. Oh, look at this. So the guy being ambushed, it looks like they're actually in a tree line. Like in trees. That could be really helpful against the missiles of the Dark Elves. Okay, they're more like in shrubbery. Oh my god, look at this. What is this? This is actually kind of a cool map. Like, it's really cool looking. Where is this? Is this like Tomb King's lands? Badlands? Probably Badlands. Yeah, so he's in like shrubbery. It's not going to be like... But that does give the Tomb Kings some missile protection. Not much, but a little bit. There are some trees to block like, you know, maybe 1 in 8 of those shafts or something. I don't know. So we'll see. Can the Samurai Warrior be the first one to win an ambush battle today against Ice Power, who's done very well in our streams with Dark Elves? It's definitely pretty good. Because you get to see, like, their deployment line. You get to, like, put all your missiles right in front of their lord. Just, like, big old nukes. Like, it can get really nasty. You know what would be really funny? Would be seeing Empire ambush someone and just use, like, the Temple off Luminarch with, like, Marcus and just, like, net their front line of their caravan and then just, like, nuke the lord instantly. God, that'd be so funny. Ambush battles are very tough to win, for sure. We'll get feedback from people, too. Okay. Oh no, I'm on the wrong side. Oh no, I can't see. I'm not allowed to see until they're done. All right, so we're just gonna have to... look at that, I can see a dragon flying. Okay, hold on. Let's get really close. You guys see that? The wing? If you get the wing against the backdrop of the... Okay, so we got Malekith. And now for this army, let's see who we got. Who's in the front here? Who is it? Don't worry guys, the screen goes back to normal once the ambush starts. Because I'm on the side of the ambusher. So, who is this? Can't see. There's a Titan here. Oh man, it's so dark. Ark in the Black. Okay, it's Ark in the Black. So Ark in the Black versus Malekith. That's all you guys need to know for now. Oh, Ice Power didn't know. Ice Power's like, oh, you meant an actual ambush. He didn't know. Samurai says he's like I'm panicking. I can't even do control groups. You have to react so quick in ambushes. I'm gonna say no mercy. No mercy. Yeah. So Ice Power. I said he's ambushing him, but he didn't know perceive that it was an actual ambush battle. Oh, that's so funny. You know, that actually is really big. It might actually give the person being ambushed, but it's still regardless. There's a huge advantage for Ice Power. What you want to do is jump on the Lord line real quick and just hammer him somewhere. But look at this. Yeah, you got it. You got to capitalize on the ambush, dude. Get over here. No mercy. He can't even do control groups. Oh, what does he have? I'm so curious. Okay, Slaanesha's Harvesters, Dark Riders, Dark Riders, Dark Riders. What is this? Come on. Harpies, 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 probably. Death to the Undead, says Ice Power. Oh, what does he got over here? Yeah, you got it. Oh, man. He's being too... Maybe he's being too friendly with it. Maybe his build isn't Okay, here we go. Arkin the Black's being ambushed in the desert. And the battle's underway. How quickly will the Samurai Warrior form his ranks? The Druchi swarm. But taking a very conservative angle because I don't think he was planning an ambush. But we'll see. The Cav are coming in for a charge here. The Tomb Guard are scattering, trying to form ranks. Oh, man. Will Samurai Warrior be the first one to win? Dark Rider's charging in, but there's not too much to... Ooh, nice Soul Stealer right there. Brutal. It hits everything. Gets Malekith. It hits Arkin. It hits the Titans. But you got to be careful with those Dark Riders. Certainly taking a bit of a hammering. Now the Druchi front line is coming in, of course. We have the Dread Spears. We have the Black Guard in the back. We have Harpies up in the sky. And here we go. Gaze of Malice going down. Nice one right there on the skeletons. But, I mean, it's just skeletons. Not Tomb Guard or anything like that. Honestly, I think this Tomb King army might be able to survive this. The start is actually better for the Tomb Kings than it is for the Dark Elves. Granted, the Harpies picking off the carrion definitely normalizes the losses here. And, you know, the thing is, Samurai Warrior has no control groups, no preparation, so he's having to, do everything manually here. Nice breath attack from Malekith right down on the head here of the Titan. And a nice flank as well as these Slaanesha's Harvesters slam into the back here of these Tomb Guard and Skeletons. This is a really good engagement here. That's a lot of value you're going to get. Those Tomb Guard will go down rather quickly. Shem's Burning Gaze going down on Malekith. Soul Stealer was used very early, so that means that... Oh, he's going for Arkin the Black, and he's using Dark Riders as well. So Dark Riders, he's trying to target the Titan, and also goon out Arkin here. Spirit Leech going down, but I would imagine that Arkin dodging it once again. More Dark Riders coming in. And cycle charging from the Slaanesha's Harvesters, definitely reaping some pretty good fruit here. Now, looks like a fat Soul Stealer, but oh no, the two War Sphinxes are coming in, guys. Malekith could be in trouble. He needs to get away. That's going to heal up Malekith quite a bit. Definitely wants to pull back here as the Tomb Guard are collapsed. Harpies are able to fully shut down the Carrion Force, and they're still Black Guards. So yeah, basically I think Ice Power is in good shape unless he lets Malekith get gooned here. Yeah, just pull back Malekith. Win the fight elsewhere, you know, kite the Constructs, use the Black Guard to grind out the late game. I think is his best path here, or best avenue to success. Tomb Guard are getting worn down. Slaanesha's Harvesters getting some good value, wearing down these very elite troops. And Soul Stealer did some okay damage. Did a little bit of Arkin. Malekith, though, is not in the best shape. And honestly, Samurai Warrior, a pretty nice build, honestly. Not too many weak targets. Everything is durable for the most part, I mean, except Arkin. But he's on foot, which I really like. It makes him a smaller target for missiles, and also, yeah, it's just a tricky situation. Breath Attack coming in. Going to go after the very slow Titan. Doing about 600 damage, give or take. But Shem's Burning Gaze coming in from the Titan once again. Malekith probably has one more Soul Stealer in the back pocket. Oh, right in the back. 300 damage going in. Down goes Malekith. And here you can see the dreaded spears. They're going to get run over by the Cameron War Sphinxes. So if we look around the battlefield, bounce power is pretty even. Harpies are descending on the formations, just trying to pick off and crumble the Tomb Guard. Malekith going away from the Constructs, which I think is the wisest decision he has here. Now he's going to be going after Tomb Guard, crumbling down -23. Tomb Guard on this side are being cycle charged by the Slaanesha's Harvesters. Man, Tomb Guard take forever to kill. Those guys are just meaty. But the Harvesters doing a good job. As far as kills, they probably have a fair amount. 54 against Tomb Guard is really, really good. And yeah, the skeleton lines are crumbling. You know, Ice Power, if he can kill everything and then force all the single entities into his halberds, I think that's the way you win the game. Because if all you have left are single entities, you're not allowed to cycle charge. And obviously, you know, I'm sure Ice Power knows that. Not Ice Power, excuse me, Samurai Warrior. So yeah, the last of the Tomb Guard are buckling down. Obviously, they were in very suboptimal positions, having to be spread out, which allowed the Dark Elves to get a nice spread on them. Now what we have for single entities is going to be a pretty mean goon squad, though, but I think the Halberds are going to be doing it. I mean, he can charge around a little bit. Like, for example, if Malekith is nearby and he wants to attack him, but yeah, he's going to have to sit and fight. However, if Ark in the Black summons skeletons, he can then, you know, have the freedom because he has an attacking infantry unit. So that is another variable to take into account. It's a very even battle. Blackguard here, of course, will be very strong. Soul Stealer needs to come down. Spirit Leeches are doing a lot of damage. And a big breath attack going into the flank of that Sphinx there. 12 leadership right now. Blackguard are surging in, and he still does have some Tomb Guard fighting. Not too many. Dark Riders coming in. And there they go. Ice Power needs to be really careful not to lose Malekith. That would be something that could 100% lose him the game. Something else to remember is that Samurai Warrior is holding the Ushapti summon. There it is. No, that's actually the Skeleton summon. But he is holding a Ushapti summon in the back pocket. Clearly, he's waiting for like a big Alpha Strike or a big Blob fight so he can get that. Soul Stealer is going to be coming in from Malekith, which will be huge. It's going to heal him up from 1,000 to, we'll check back in a moment. But that's really nice. It hits pretty much everything. Hits the War Sphinxes, hits the Titan, hits Ark in the Black, who's now down to about 70%. But the Sphinx is coming for blood, going after Malekith. A little bit risky, but Malekith heals up about 400 HP there. And it looks like the Ushapti summon was used here. Yeah, he used the Ushapti summon. Really going to be trying to bank on winning this blob fight. Now, there is one group of Blackguard which have 69 models. That's what she said. And the Harvesters are still here. But Malekith, man, the Spirit Leeches have been really, really nasty. Samurai Warrior might be able to pull this one out, guys. The first one to potentially win one of these ambush fights. Perhaps because his opponent didn't know it was an ambush. But even still, I wonder how he would have changed his build. It seems like, seems like his build was more designed to deal with Ushapti Great Bows. You know, he had like Harpies and like a lot of harass units and things like that. But nonetheless, we'll see how it goes. Here, the Blackguard are fighting, pushing up the hill. The constructs are all in relatively decent shape. Still have Skeleton Warriors fighting for a period of time. Looks like they'll be dissipating here relatively soon. Malekith is still here, which is a really, really big deal. The fact that he can potentially cycle charge and really goon out something that gets low or is crumbling down is very powerful. Gaze of Malice being used here. Going to be going after the summoned skeletons. And you can see the big old constructs basically just trying to get, whatever value they can. And Malekith Spirit Leeched going down sub 1,000 HP. Constructs grinding it out pretty well. You can see the Titan here taking a bit of work. Malekith going in. Very, very ballsy for sure. Granted, he's got the Dark Riders. He has a lot of support here, so I suppose this isn't a bad idea. But he pulls back right away, which is smart. Harpies descending. Yeah, you can see immediately the Samurai Warrior is going to be jumping over there trying to take out Malekith. We have Ark in the Black here. We have the Titan. The Ushapti summon is disappearing in a quick moment. Balance of Power is actually favored for Tomb Kings, but once the Ushapti summon does disappear, that could change. Soulblight going down, which is going to be very strong. And I think the Construct Circus might be able to win this. The Blackguard here are steady. Their friends are routing, so obviously they're not enjoying that. And yeah, I don't know if the Blackguard are going to be able to carry. I don't think so. The two Khemrian War Sphinxes are too healthy. Malekith's too damaged. And the Balance of Power is getting into the favor here of Samurai Warrior. Is he going to be the one? The chosen one? Perhaps so. Crows of Cain charging in there. I think Malekith's going to have to make some big plays, or the Blackguard are just going to have to start getting some really steady value here. There's no skeletons, so basically it's just kind of sit and hang out. Man, the summons from Arkan are so clutch, because that means the Blackguard are going to waste so many attack animations going after the chaff instead of on the big targets. Malekith comes in, but suddenly the entire army basically just turns and is like, sup, bro? It's cracking. 620, 516 leadership. He does stabilize the curse going down. Of course, quite a boon there. Dark Elves do get quite a bit of stuff back. But I think the Samurai Warrior is going to be the one, the chosen one, to win more. Word of Pain going down. Malekith just glitching out as he tries to land, but also does get hit, it looks like. And the Blackguard, there's no way. They're too low. They're wavering. They're not immune to Psych. They're going to get terror routed, and that is going to be game. And it looks like the Samurai Warrior is going to be surviving an ambush. Well played. Ark in the Black, cunning, treacherous, and that is going to be GG. Ice Power says, oh wow, that was embarrassing. Well, to be fair, Ice, you didn't know it was an ambush battle, so. But yeah, I mean, you still have the advantage, obviously, but well played. Samurai Warrior is going to be our victor on today's stream. That is going to be the end of the stream. There is going to be a winner, and that is going to be the Samurai Warrior. So let us go ahead and update this. Samurai Warrior is today's winner with 3 wins. And there you have it. Was there some sort of a scheme? That was crazy. That was crazy indeed, guys. So GG to him. That means I can go get some food. The Samurai Warrior has won. And there you have it, my friends. That is the conclusion of today's meme terrible map stream. Ambush battles, unfair maps, you name it. The Samurai Warrior was able to overcome quite a bit of adversity, defeating a very nasty dwarf build with a mighty ghostly engineer in Clan Engrind, and of course did very well for himself here in this ambush battle. So glory to the Samurai. Yeah, Tomb Kings, of course, pretty good in the ambush fight. Yes. Were people really thirsting for the FFA here? Was that something that's happening? I do want to get some food. I'm pretty darn hungry. So I think we'll probably hold off on the FFA for now. I gotta eat. Gotta eat, and there's a clear winner. You know, that's the narrative that the stream should end on, I think. Long live the last samurai, indeed. So guys, thank you so much for joining today. I certainly had an absolute blast. There will be more Warhammer streams coming up. As far as stream goes, thanks to the mods. I don't know if we had Slanesh bots today, but nonetheless, really appreciate you guys for potentially fending them off. I didn't see. I was very focused on the games and everything. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Go to check out the Astartes video, which is coming out. It's going to be quite a bit of fun. And special thanks to some donations. Very generous donations today from Cry and Hope, Antonius, Banry Swirl, Lich 109. We had Jonathan Kelly, King Adizal, Oscar Bao, Tomas, Nico Plays, Stainless Steel Rat, perhaps Icket Claw, One Man Boy Band again. Thank you for the double 1-2 punch. Oskirk, Alex Krebs, Cyril, Mark Runyon, and Oscar Sotiro. I hope I made your Oscar. Thank you, man. I probably Sotiro. I think is how you say your name. Probably mangled that pretty hard. Now we're gonna call it for now, guys. I gotta go get some food. We'll get you an FFA. Probably I'll record an FFA and we'll do it at another time. Don't worry. No Bannerlord right now. I'm gonna get some lunch. I will be recording Bannerlord footage in the form of some PvP stuff, but from there we'll figure it out. So done for streaming for today though, but there will be potentially more content coming up. We'll see. Who knows? All right, guys. Thank you so much. Those of you that played in the stream, thank you for putting aside your afternoons to play. It was a really, really good time. Amazing stream. And if you guys did enjoy it, please do drop a like on the way out. It does help me out quite a bit. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so to get notifications and all that kind of good stuff. All right, guys. Thank you so much. The boys are horny for Calradia. Yeah, it's true. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this stream. And perhaps we'll come up with more meme streams in the future. Who knows? All right, guys. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you around. Cheers.